Check one, two. Hey guys. Yeah, so let's see. All right, so there we go. Yeah, I'm no, not pre-show. I'm just gonna go straight to the main show. Um, yeah, man, that was really frustrating. So Streamlabs chatbot decided to well, all of it decided to like change everything. Like I have no idea. I have no idea why they just like they just changed everything. Like I had to like, oh, I have to restart this. Oh, this is fine. Oh no, I have to restart this. Like, what a fucking piece of shit. What a frustrating circumstance that was. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And like you can't tell me that they did not realize. Oh shit, there's something going wrong. And so we need to put out an alert. That's all I needed was just an alert. Hey, Mike, you need to reset this or reset that. But they didn't. And so I spent 2 hours. I wasted 2 hours of my precious life. 2 hours of I might have what, maybe 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 hours left, but like this is prime time. Like this is where I'm fully capable, fully functional. I can operate. Anyway. So, I don't know how long this is going to go. Sh- yeah. Anyway, I'm here because I promised I'd be here, and I want to be here. I want to be here, but I'm also like I'm broken, man. Like yeah, no, and amen, Paper Cat. No, amen. You're right. Um, I don't know, man. Anyway, so I was thinking because I'm so Schmed was like we'll get drunk and we'll play. It'll be a Friday night. We'll play and we'll rock out. I'll be like, that's awesome, man. Like, yeah, we'll be a drunken, awesome party of whatever. And then he's like, I'm gonna go to bed. And I know it's not that late. It's not that late, but I'm yeah, yeah, yeah. 1 o'clock in the morning. Is that what it is there? So so I was thinking I could tell stories. I could just tell stories because like that's one thing I can do even when I'm really really drunk. But I don't know if it's. I don't know, man. Is it worth it? Like, are you guys interested in hearing stories? I don't know. This is really frustrating. This was spending 2 hours after streaming for 4.5 hours and then spending 2 hours trying to get my stream up and running. That's really really frustrating. But I can do stories. I can do stories. Um, okay, what era of stories are you interested in hearing? What period do you want to hear about? Because there are so many stories, tour stories, and early band stories, and late band stories, and post band stories, and Austin stories, um, and pre-band stories, and Vermicious K stories, film and TV stories. There's like yeah, just like I can, and they're all I think they're all kind of yeah, they're all kind of awesome. They're all mostly awesome. It's crazy that right now amongst the viewer list that I'm looking at right now, there's maybe 12 people in it. There's four, eight, two, there's 13. Anyway, whatever. I just don't care. So, all right. So, what kind of stories do you guys want to hear? I could use some help. What kind of stories? Thank you, Paper Cat. Thank you, brother. I hope you guys are digging that. Like I had a lot of fun working today on. I was working on Automated Man. I had a lot of fun. It sounded. I don't think it's there yet. I think it's about 60% of the way there. I do think it sounds awesome, and I had a lot of fun working on it today, and it was really really great. It was a big. You haven't heard many Vermicious K stories. All right, so okay. So why don't I start at the very beginning of Vermicious K stories? So 1996. All right. So in 2000, no, 1996. Let me check. I believe it's 1996. Seagram's bought Universal in 1996. I believe that's exactly correct. I think it was the summer of 1996. Let me see. Seagram's buys Universal date. And it doesn't, of course, it doesn't show that. So the Seagram's Vivendi deal was in 2003, but this is the Seagram's. So it was in it was once the 1990s. Seagram's. Oh, so look at this. So, all right. So Seagram's. Hey, One Odd Sock. How you doing, man? Seagram Company Limited was a Canadian multinational conglomerate formerly headquartered in Montreal, Quebec. Originally a distiller of Canadian whiskey based in Waterloo, Ontario, it was once, in the 1990s, the largest owner of alcoholic beverages lines in the world. So it was. So Seagram's was the biggest distillery, the biggest owner of booze in the world. And that was when they bought Universal. They bought Universal in... Oh, they went defunct. Wow. In 2000. Wow. When did they buy Universal? Because literally it was they were just a beverage company, and then so his name was Bronfman, something Bronfman. I forget the name of the guy that actually owned the company. No, he didn't even own it. He was like the son of, but he was, what was it, Bronfman? Something Bronfman. Braunf. I believe it was Braunf. Bronfman, something Bronfman. Anyway, so he was like, Mom and Dad, we gotta buy, because Seagram's was a family-owned company. Like literally, one family owned Seagram's. At one point in time, the Seagram's family owned the biggest distillery, all the biggest alcohol companies in the world. So maybe Kevin Bronfman, Roger Bronfman, something like that. Anyway, so something Bronfman, he's like, we got to buy Universal because he tried to intern or try to get a job there, or was trying to hook up with Universal, and he was denied, or was like brought on but didn't get to where he wanted to go. And so then all of a sudden he's in charge of the Bronfman, like he's got billions of dollars, we're the biggest alcohol company in the world, and there's all these alcohol addicts. And so then he's like, I'm going to buy Universal. And Universal also owned MCA, which was the Music Corporation of America, which was at this point in time the largest music company in the world. And it still is, the Universal Music Group. So music and all this stuff. So anyway, so Kevin Bronfman, what was his name? Keith Bronfman? Something Bronfman. Anyway, so he bought the company, and that spelled the death knell of my division. Like the thing so I worked for Universal Cartoon Studios, Universal Family Entertainment, and I was a young development executive, but I was an associate director at the time that we stopped. I was 23 years old. So I was an associate director at 23 years old. I was running two shows. So I was the chief creative executive of two shows, the Savage Dragon and a Mattel show called Vortec. And it was awesome. I mean, I was having so much fun. I was working exceptionally hard, but I loved, like I do now, I love working hard when I know I'm working on something that is going to be awesome. I especially love it when I'm working with people that I know love it as much as I do. Yes, this is awesome. Oh, we love this. You love the same thing I do? And you want to work on it nonstop with me? Amen. That's my life. I'm like, yes, we're going to do it forever and always. And so that's what I was doing, man. And it was fucking great. And then, what's his name? Bronfman, I bought Universal, and fuck, did he fucking derail the whole fucking thing. We were the most profitable division at Universal. We were a 14-person executive division. So the executive side was 14 people. I think we had $200 million. No. I think it was $200 million in cash flow and $40 million in profit. So it wasn't a great amount of profit compared to the other divisions of Universal, but our cash flow versus like what we were doing based on the size of our company was amazing. And my buddy Jeff Siegel, I will give him props. Not my buddy. He was my boss. He was my mentor. He was Jeff Siegel. Jeff Siegel started at Hanna-Barbera. He was working at Hanna-Barbera as the chief of creative. So he started off as a writer. He started off as a writer working in Japan. And Jeff was working on a show called Cyborg 00, which is Cyborg 00. And if you look it up, you'll find it. So he was doing I don't know if he was doing localization or actual storytelling. I never actually like it. By the time I knew him, like it was like 6 years later after I knew him that I discovered, oh, localization and storytelling are totally different things. I think he was storytelling. I think he was contributing to the stories from a Western perspective, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I may never talk to him again. I don't know. But so he started off at Cyborg 00. He was living in Japan. He had a Japanese girlfriend. He was the guy that told me. So these are the things that Jeff told me about Japan that I have to this day carried with me. I will carry them to my grave unless I hear otherwise. So Jeff. So and this is Jeff, the president. So when he hired me, he was the president of Universal Cartoon Studios and Family Entertainment. So he was literally like he was a division chief. There were like 10 division chiefs. Head of theme parks, head of television, head of movies, head of like production, head of legal, and then there was Jeff, head of family TV. Oh no, yeah, head of DVDs and head of DVDs, and then there was like Jeff, head of family entertainment and cartoon studios. So it was literally like there are and Universal at this point in time. All right, so let me frame it this way. Universal at this point in time, here in the early 90s, was the last major legacy studio. They were the last moguls. Lew Wasserman was the last studio mogul that was still operating. So Lew Wasserman was around in the Louis B. Mayer days, in the Warner Brothers, when the actual Warner Brothers were around. So was Lew Wasserman. Like Lew Wasserman. So this is my lineage in film and TV. Lew Wasserman was one of the original film and TV people. Sid Sheinberg was his protege. Sid Sheinberg. So when I showed up, Lew Wasserman was the chief exec. He was the chairman emeritus, or he might have even been just CEO. Not even chairman emeritus at this point in time. He might have just been CEO. So Lew Wasserman, and then and you guys can double check all this. Like that's what I'm saying. You can literally check anything I ever tell you. You can check the veracity of it. You can find it, and I promise you it's true. I don't prevaricate. So I try not to prevaricate. All right. So what happened with what did Blue? Did you do something? Wait, hold on. All right. So I don't have my shit set up because I can't. Hold on. I missed the thing. Hold on, wait, guys. Hold on. I'm so sorry. Twisted. No, wait, no. Streamlabs. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just. Oh, thank you, Blue. Thank you, dude. Man, you should not do that, man. But thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you, Blue. Well, all right. So, yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you so much. And all right. So I will endeavor to make sure that this is a $50 story. I will endeavor to make sure that this story is $50 worth of value. So, and it is awesome. It is awesome. Yeah. And Lenina is Blue's wife, and apparently she didn't know he was awake, and so. Blue, if you get into trouble, reach out to me, and I can mediate. No.
Shall we play a game?
All right, so it's like, hey, Jamie. Oh yeah, so no, Jamie. So yeah, I spent 2 hours trying to get the stream up and running. I started off really, really drunk. And I was like, hey, Schmed. And Schmed was like, so early on, so at 4, after I finished my production stream, Schmed was like, let's get drunk and let's just do the stream. We'll just get drunk and we'll do the stream. And I'm like, hell yes, let's do that. So we got really drunk and I'm like, all right, let's rock and roll. Let's do the stream because that's my job. I do a stream. I can do a stream under any kind of duress. Stab me through the heart. I will still do the stream. And Schmed went to bed. And I was like, okay, well, all right. So I hear, yeah. So I was telling, so I was asked to do Vermicious Case stories. And so I'm doing the pre, yeah, yes. Imagine Schmed saying, let's get drunk and then go to bed. So I'm doing the pre, hey, Justin, how you doing, man? I'm doing the pre Vermicious Case stories, and the Vermicious Case stories will be awesome. They will be awesome, but I'm trying to give you guys a frame of reference for why the Vermicious Case stories are awesome. Because so at this point in time at Universal, like, it was fucking awesome. It was fucking mind blowing. Everything, and it's really funny. So in 1995, I could do no wrong. I was working really hard. I was spending all my time learning how the business worked. I was learning about writing. I was learning about hey Paramanus, thank you very much. I was learning about writing. I was learning about storytelling. I was learning about production. I mean, that was the thing, is like, so I was also interested in the production side of it. So I was like, okay, guys, like, so I would see, because I would get the production package, right? So I would get these like, so an episode's about to go out, and I would get this thing with like, there were character designs, and there were these things, and I would, I didn't actually, I wasn't actually copied on the full production package, but I would often look at the full production package because Jeff got the full production package. So I would pull that out and I'd look and, oh, here's the storyboard. And sometimes I got the storyboard if it was a show I was running, but sometimes I didn't. But on top of the storyboard, there was something called X sheets. And I'm like, what are X sheets? And what the X sheets were they were the things that told the animators in Korea how many seconds. So if you were like, all right, so this is an X sheet, right? So you're like, so there's a character with a gun done this, right? And he cocks his gun. So he stands here with this 1, 2. So you need to let them know they hold the beat for 1, 2. The X sheet does that. 1, 2, cock. 1, 2, move this way. 1, 2. So X sheets were all about timing. So I saw. So I was really super interested in all this stuff. So as a young development executive at Universal, I was like, okay, wait, I need to learn about all this. So I took all of the production people out to lunch. And so that was a great thing. So I was, when I first started off, I was a manager of development, right? And I was just like learning just the bare, like I was learning, I wasn't learning anything. I was reading the scripts and I was taking all the meetings. While I was a manager of development, Gallagher, you know Gallagher, the guy with the hammer and the watermelons. So Gallagher wanted to pitch a show to us at Universal. So Jeff assigns me to take the Gallagher pitch. And so I go into the conference room and it's me. I'm literally, look at me right now. This is me at 45. When I was 19 years old and I was probably 21 at this point in time. I was 21. I looked like I was maybe 16, maybe 17. I was ridiculous young. So I walk into the conference room. So when I first showed up at Universal, no one was wearing suits and ties. No one was wearing jackets, blazers, and ties. But I looked so young. I got no respect. I'm like, all right, I'm going to wear a blazer and a tie every single day at work so I can get at least a little bit of respect. And then what I did is I ratcheted up my lexicon, my language, the words I used. Hello, hi, how are you? please do deliver your pitch to me. You know, a lot of things is like, oh, that's portentous of this, and oh, that's emblematic of that. And this is and you know, like things is, and I would ratchet up my not to like $5 words, but like $4, $3.50 to $4.50 words all the time, because I knew I'm like I am literally, in their eyes, they look at me and I look like I'm 17, so I have to be a wonderkind. I have to ratchet up my stuff, right? So, and that's what I did. And the thing is because I loved storytelling, which I still do. The reason why I make the music I make and the way I make it the way I do is because I love starting here. Here's the idea. Here's a little kernel of an idea. And then you go, how do I get it to this? How do I get it to a song? How do I get it to a story? How do I get to this? And you just let it ferment. You keep thinking about it. Keep going, well, maybe it could be this, and maybe it could be that, and maybe it could be this, and maybe it could be that. And a huge portion of it is just not getting anywhere. But you just keep thinking about it. You keep thinking about it. And then all of a sudden, a little breakthrough. Oh my God. And then you're doing here. And then, and it just keeps leapfrog. And it takes a long time. And that's the thing about like creating stuff that matters. And that's the thing that drives me nuts about people that are like, I need to be inspired to make. No, fuck you, because your inspiration is not enough to overcome, at least I cannot speak for every creator at all. I cannot speak for every creator. There might be some asshole that goes, I've got a great idea, and wham, it's an amazing thing. I don't think so. I've never run across, in my entire life, I've run across a lot of creators and a lot of people that do cool shit, and I've never run across anybody from Steven Spielberg to Bob, the guy that did Mad Max and Babe, and so these are two people that I was in meetings with, to Sam Raimi, to all the way down to like not down to, because I think my friends Dave Johnson and Dan Panosian and Doug Tenapel and Doug Langdale, like anyway, but they're amazing. But I do think that yeah, it never starts. You don't ever get, like, inspiration doesn't strike and all of a sudden you make something amazing. George Miller. Thank you, Blue. Yeah, George Miller. So inspiration, and so yeah, and we were working with George Miller on, I think it was a Jeff Darrow thing. What was it called? Jeff Darrow, who also did Rusty the big guy and Rusty the Boy Robot with Frank Miller. I believe, I'm not 100% certain, because it was almost 30 years ago, but I believe that George Miller was working with us at Universal around this I believe, I'll ask Jeff. I will try to get Jeff on this show. I will try to get him to show up here and we can talk about this stuff, and it'll be awesome. All right. So anyway, but I'm working up to the Vermicious K stuff. So I don't want to get too bogged down in the Universal stuff. I will do, if you guys want, I will do a good comprehensive Universal experience, because it was fucking amazing. From the very first day I showed up, all the way to the end, which was, it was from 1991 or 92 till 1996. So it was a good 4 or 5 years. Like, but that's not what I was asked about. I was asked about the Vermicious K stuff. But I want to give you a framework of, like, so I was very creatively satisfied in the job I was doing, and it was awesome. It really was awesome. And then all of a sudden Seagram's bought Universal. And Seagram's buys Universal, and at first we're like, all right, well, this is cool. Like, we got some more money, and who knows what's going to happen. And I do know that Jeff. So hold on. I do have to say this. All right, so look at this. This is amazing. And I don't think I've ever told this story before, but this is amazing. And I will get Jeff to corroborate this story, so you guys can be like, all right, this is a legitimate, real story. So Lew Wasserman was one of the original Hollywood moguls, right? And if you look up Lew Wasserman, look him up, and you'll be like, oh yeah, Lew Wasserman was an amazing Hollywood mogul. Oh my God, he's great. So then Sid Sheinberg was Lew Wasserman's protege. And Sid Sheinberg was Steven Spielberg's protege. Sid Sheinberg was also Jeff Siegel's protege. Oh, no, not protege. Sid Sheinberg was also Steven Spielberg's mentor, and Sid Sheinberg was also Jeff Siegel's mentor, amongst a bunch of other he mentored a ton of people, right? So and look him up. Like I want you guys to like verify this. Just look up these names. Look up Sid Sheinberg. Look up Lew Wasserman, and then I can fill in a lot of details that the wiki does not tell you because no one paid attention to fucking executives for a long, long time. I've got those stories. I can't tell you all the stories. I can tell you some of the stories. But the thing is so Lew Wasserman was an old school movie mogul. Sid Sheinberg was, without Sid Sheinberg, there would be no Steven Spielberg. I guarantee you Steven Spielberg would admit to that. Without Sid Sheinberg, there'd be no Steven Spielberg. And then I can't psychomoto, man. I'm telling stories now. Because I'm drunk and I'm just telling stories. So, and I'm telling amazing stories. If you just stick around and pay attention for a little bit, you'll be like, oh my God, these are amazing stories, because no one on the planet Earth would ever tell these stories on Twitch except for me. So, all right, so Sid Sheinberg, so Lew Wasserman, Hollywood mogul, like literally old school Hollywood mogul. Then second generation Hollywood mogul, Sid Sheinberg. Look him up. Sid Sheinberg was Steven Spielberg's mentor, right? And then Sid Sheinberg was also Jeff Siegel's mentor. Well, Jeff Siegel was my mentor. So I was 4 generations of mentorship away from the very beginning of film and TV business. And I had lunch with Sid Sheinberg and Lew Wasserman. It didn't happen often, but it happened enough where I'm like, all right, well, here we go. I'm hanging out with these guys that are fucking legends of, but dig this, right? So I'm going to tell this one last story before I move on to the Vermicious K stuff. So I can just kind of frame to you like what it was, why it was that I left where I left, and why it was that I moved to music, and why music meant so much to me when I moved to it. So in either late 1995 or early 1996, it was late 1995. We did a retreat, like a company retreat, and it was just the executive staff. And so it was Universal Cartoon Studios and Universal Family Entertainment, and it was literally like all of my favorite people of that era. Like it was, and I would give you names, but I'll just give you names just to make it so. On the development side, it was Susie Peterson. She was our VP of development. It was Ralph Sanchez, who was our director of development, and eventually became our other VP. So Susie moved up to senior VP. Ralph moved up to VP. Jonathan Rosenthal, who was I think an associate director, who moved up to director, and I was of course me. I was Michael Torres, and I moved from manager to associate director. So that was the development staff. On the production side, it was Jim Graziano. I don't know if Jim was, but you can look him up. You can look up Jim Graziano. Look up his name, and you'll see him. He's an animation guy. So Jim Graziano was our first head of production. Graziano, Graziano, or Grazi. Grazian. N-O. I don't think it's N-I-O. I think it's N-O. But it could be the other way. But so Jim Graziano was a head of production. Kelly Sullivan. I think Kelly's last name changed because I think she got married. And we had what was Jane? Oh my God, I can't believe Jane. So our head of finance. What was Jane? Oh my God, Jane. Oh my God. They're going to punch me in the face. I should punch me in the face. What is Jane's last name? Anyway, No. Jane with it. It was a girl. Jane. All right. Anyway, so Jane Sullivan. Jane Sullivan. I think it was Jane Sullivan. So and she eventually became Jane Jane something. Jane married somebody from Harvey. Anyway, but you can look all this stuff up. Like it's all on wikis, or like the thing is like people. This was at a point in time when people started paying attention and started recording all this stuff. So all right, so we went to this retreat, and it was an animation retreat, and we were all talking about the future of animation and the future of Universal and animation and blah blah blah, and I was, at this point in time, I was maybe 21, 22, but I was the youngest development executive, but I was a development executive. So I was the guy that was like, hey, where do the good ideas come from? Well, in development, that's where the ideas come from. Where are the people that develop the new ideas? So I was we were in a meeting. We were in a meeting with all the key development people. And Sid Sheinberg. So Sid Sheinberg, the mentor of Steven Spielberg, the mentor of like Robert Zemeckis, like the guy that made a ton of people's careers and also made Jeff Siegel, my boss's career. Sid Sheinberg goes, "What do you guys think about the Woody Woodpecker franchise? Like the Harvey franchise? I think it was Harvey. So it was Casper the Friendly Ghost, and it was Hot Stuff, the Devil, and Richie Rich, and so he's like, what do you think about this franchise? Like, there's a lot of amazing characters in this franchise. And I was like, Sid, like, man, like those are old, but like, and this is me as a comic book kid, you know, like I grew up on comic books. I grew up reading Richie Rich. I grew up reading the Hot Stuff comics, you know. And I was like, Sid, like those are old things. Like, why don't we go out and find new animators? Now, this is a point in time when what's his name? The Ren and Stimpy guy. Why am I forgetting his name right now? I should never forget his name. Anyway, whatever. The Ren and Stimpy guy, which is ridiculous. I'm not remembering his name. I'm trying to anyway. So this is a point in time when these guys were still like they were pretty big. I mean, they were becoming bigger deals, but they weren't because there's the early 90s, you know. And so I was like, we need to go find these guys that are doing these awesome independent things, and why don't we go and find them and create our own Looney Tunes? Why don't we create our own Merry Melodies? Why don't we create our own Harvey comics? Like, we don't need to retread an old thing that's already been done, because it's already been done. Let's create something new and vibrant. So he and I, so Sid Sheinberg, John Cristolucci, yes. So yeah, John K. So Sid and I in this meeting, Sid and I were going toe to toe, and he's like, "No, we got to do this," and I'm like, "No, but man." And then anyway, so after that meeting, at lunch, we all go out, and I sit and everybody's going to their separate tables, and I go to a table by myself, and I take my meal, and Sid comes over. And he continues the conversation. So Sid, the president at this point in time of Universal Studios, Universal Cartoons, like Universal, he was the president of Universal, MCA Universals across the board. He walks over to me to continue our conversation about buying the things. And I'm like, that's fucking amazing. So, Director D2, really, you guys? Hello, everybody. Hey, I am, hello. So yeah, I'm telling stories. So hello, Director D2, and hola, everybody. Buenos dias or buenas noches, and so I'm me llamo Smike TV. I'm telling stories, and I don't know how do I say I'm telling stories. And I try to be I'm not always a nice person. I try to be a nice person. I'm not always. If someone's mean to me, I can push back very hard. I'm old. I'm an old man. I can push back very hard. But I like to be nice people. And Director Nito, how was your stream, you guys? How are you? I love. All right, so people in my stream, if you don't know Director D2, give them. It's easy. Follows are free. Give them a follow. Check them out. They're absolutely awesome. They're sweethearts. They're a couple. They're amazing. They're from Spain, so they speak with a very sexy Spanish accent. Like I can't approximate it, but they're awesome. And Fairy Cyber LG. I don't know how you doing. Well, I'm not. Oh, awesome. I'm a bit drunk to play songs right now. My computer shut down and it kind of fell apart, and it took me 2 hours to get it back up and running. And by that point in time, I'm like, yeah, I'm done. But I've been telling stories about I worked in film and TV. I worked for Universal Cartoon Studios, and I worked for I was a couple. Okay. All right, Paper Cat. All right. I'm very drunk. This is going to be the best I can do. Bum 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 ba da da bum ba da da bum 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 ba da da bum 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 ba da da bum ba da da ba da dum bum bum ba da da bum. Come on, lover, let us blow this scene. Let us hurry home and get between the sheet, between your lips and between your thighs. Let us seal the space between you and I. Kiss me now, kiss me hard. Let me feel the fury of your lonely heart. Fuck me now, fuck me long. Can you hear the love buried in this song? Bum 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 ba da da bum ba da da bum 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 ba da da bum 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 ba da da bum ba da da ba da da bum bum ba da da bum. Come on, lover, let us die tonight in fury of. Come on, lover, let us die tonight in an orgy of sexual suicide. Let us tear the flesh right off our bones, and we'll fuck all night, duck and roll. Kiss me now, kiss me hard. Let me feel the fury of your broken heart. Fuck me now, fuck me long. Can you hear the love buried in this song? Bum 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 ba da da bum ba da da bum 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 ba da da bum 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 ba da da bum ba da da bum bum ba da da bum. Come on, love, let's fall in love. Let's prove that there is a God above. Let's light a fire and dive on in. Let's become saints, engaged in sin. Kiss me now, kiss me hard. Let me feel the fury of your broken heart. Fuck me now, fuck me long. Can you hear the love buried in this song? One chord. Bum 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 ba da da bum ba da da bum 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 ba da da bum 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 ba da da bum ba da da bum 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 ba da da bum. So this is the song I can write with just one chord. Just one chord. Never changes. Come on, lover, let us blow this scene. Let us hurry home and get between the sheets, between your lips and between your thighs. Let us seal this space between you and I. Kiss me now, kiss me hard. Let me feel the fury of your lonely heart. Fuck me now, fuck me long. Can you hear the love buried in this song? wait. All right, give me a second. Hold on, wait. Director D2, hold on. So my Streamlabs chatbot is really broken right now. It keeps changing the way. So you guys try doing. Wait, what? Try adding. Director D2. Try regular. Add. Okay. Oh yeah. All right. So try doing a sound effect. Director D2. Because you should be all right. Yeah. I really desperately need to pee, guys. I'm all right. So I'm telling stories about when I was working at Universal. So I was a development executive at Universal Cartoon Studios from 1991 till 1996.
Like peanut.
All right. 1 second.
Hazelnut. Cashew nut. Macadamia nut. That was the one that was sent her into a going crazy. She said, "You stop naming nuts. Pine nut, pistachio nut, red pistachio nut, natural, all natural, white pistachio nut."
Rooster?
All right. So I'm back. All right, so oh, sorry, Sakamoto. Let me see, man. I don't there are folks that followed. Yeah, I don't actually think it went through. Yeah. But yeah. So I don't, yeah. Sorry, I don't know what to, yeah. I don't know. Oh, that's Schmidt's phone. I'm like, yeah. So all right, so I am telling stories about when I was at, it's probably, of course, it's the communists. Of course, yeah. They're like, Mike's already made enough money. Like, Mike loves what he does, so obviously he doesn't need any money. And they're totally right. They're totally right. So, but this is not my phone. I don't. This is Schmidt's phone. Hold on. Hello. Hey, how are you? Awesome. I'm not Schmed. I'm Schmed's friend Mike. I'm Mike TV. Hey man. Oh hey man, how are you? Awesome. How you doing, brother? Awesome. Good, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. Awesome. Yeah. So, yeah, and you're trying to reach Schmed. Schmed has a new phone. I don't know. I don't actually. I only have his Facebook. Do you have his Facebook? His Facebook. Are you friends with him on Facebook? Because you can actually reach out to him via Facebook Messenger. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So then maybe this was going to both phones, and I just picked up the one. So he has two phones now. Yeah. Thank you, Bobcat. Yeah. So all right. So I do have to say you're live right now. I'm like playing. I'm live streaming in front of 30 people, but Schmid left his phone here, and so I picked it up, and so now you're in front of 30 people. Yeah. Yeah. He loves it. No. Yeah. No, because they can't hear it. They can't hear it. That would be awesome. They can't hear it, but that was great. That was awesome. But all right, brother. Yeah. All right. Well. All right. So I'm gonna go. But I will let him know you're reaching out to him, and then when he does reach out to you, I'll be like, hey man, put me on, and you and I can reconnect. Yeah. You better. All right, brother. All right, bye. That was Nick. That guy's a sweetheart. That's one of Schmed's friends. I met him when last I was in Missoula, Montana, when I was on tour. Jesus Christ. Can I just tell you, it's really, really hard being this. It's hard being interesting all the time. It's very hard. That guy's an awesome guy. And he has awesome stories. I only know this sliver of those stories. I can't tell you those stories because right now I'm telling you about my days at Universal. But that guy's amazing, and he's awesome, and he has a lot of stories. And yeah, no, not too awesome. I'm just saying the thing is if you actively seek out cool and interesting people, if you endeavor to do interesting things, you run across interesting people. And those interesting people do interesting things, and it becomes this like, it's like a one of those like those puzzles that like, all right, yes, adios, you guys. I love you guys. You be well, and hey, thank you, Psychomoto, and don't worry if it doesn't, man. The thing is like yeah, but thank you, brother. Thank you so much. And you guys, and Directed D2, you guys eat well. And again, my people, if you don't know Directed D2, give them a follow. They really are. They're absolutely awesome. They're super fun. They're sweethearts. I was supposed to meet them last August when I did the EU meetup. Hopefully, are you guys heading out to the next EU meetup? Because I'm heading out there then. So I would love to be anyway. But even so, I'm going to be heading to Spain. So even regardless, I'm certain I'll meet them. So, but yeah. And Sephiroth, yeah. Adios. All right. So where was I? I still haven't even yet gotten to Vermicious K. Like, all right. So I was telling about. Oh yeah. So all right. So talking about the story of. So Universal. So Sid Sheinberg comes up and he and I continue our debate about buying an established set of characters versus creating your own new set of characters. And his argument was it takes 20 years to set up a brand new set of characters. And I was like, well, 20 years starts now. Figure out how you're going to deliver those characters, find people that you believe can deliver those characters with consistency, and then just let them do it for 20 years. And all of a sudden you are now owners of an evergreen set of characters that will continue forever and ever and ever in the same way that Bugs Bunny will, in the same way that Mickey Mouse will, And so he and I continued our debate well into the end of that meal. And it was really funny. So Sid and I are sitting there, and then other people came and joined us. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I am literally at the cool kids table, and I was the first kid to show up at this table. This is awesome, right? So that was me. That was me at 22, maybe 23. So by 23, I'm now a development executive. I'm the chief creative executive for a show called The Savage Dragon. I was working on season 2 of The Savage Dragon, and I was working on a show called Vortec. Vortec was a complete train wreck. From the very outset, we were under budget and we were over time from the absolute minute we started. And so I was like, okay, well, all right. So and they're like, Mike, take care of this show. And so I'm like, all right, well, okay, we are already over budget and we are out of time. So I reached out to our producer, who was the guy handling the animation side. And I reached out to our writing team, we had a pair of guys that were our showrunners, and I was like, let's all get together. How do we make this work? How do we make this work in the time frame that we got? What do we need to do to make sure that we can deliver the scripts, deliver all the art? How do we make this happen? So at this point in time, all right. So I do have to say, the only reason I'm telling you guys this is because I'm tooting my own horn. I'm just trying to let you know what I walked away from, because these two. So that conversation with Sid, that was a big feather in my cap, because everybody was like, whoa, Sid and Mike TV, or like not even Mike TV at this point in time. Michael Torres, the Mexican American young Mexican American executive that's possibly a writer. Who knows? So that was a big success for me. This is another one, but this leads into why I walked away from what I did. So the next one was, I'm working on a show called Vortech. It's a Mattel show. Mattel owns the property. Hey, Rail, how you doing, man? Good to see you, brother. What are you doing up this late? What is Paper Cat and Rail? What are you guys doing up this late? You need to be in bed. Go to sleep. God damn it. So, I'm very drunk right now, I do have to say, but I'm telling stories. I'm telling stories about my days. I'm telling about my stories in the film and TV business right before I move into the rock and roll business to identify why I'm. Oh, you're streaming right now. That's awesome. Right on, man. Hey, Odelay. Awesome. Cheers, brother. Cheers. So I'm working on the show called Vortech, which is, you guys know Mask? I know there's a lot of Americans in the stream right now that know Mask. It was transforming cars. So there were these cars, and so the characters wore masks. So they were little tiny action figures. They were not like the G.I. Joe style action figures. They were like half that size. And they were the little tiny action figures that wore masks. You could fit them in little cars, and those cars would transform into they'd go from like a race car to a flying car, from a Jeep to like an armored platform to and it was called Mask. And because oh, I know. So he's dead. Rooster, don't die. So Mask. Mattel was trying to revive Mask, and so they reached out to Universal, and they're like, guys, we want you to revivify Mask. And so they came. So of course no one wanted to how do we figure this out? So they came to me and they're like, Mike, you figure it out. And I'm like, all right, I will do it. So they're like, Mike, you figure it out, but you only have 8 weeks to actually get it into production. So now the way script writing normally worked, right? So you'd normally have 4 weeks to write a treatment, right? So you'd write your treatment in 4 weeks. You'd have 8 weeks to write the script. You'd have 2 to 3, 4, maybe 4 weeks of revisions. So it was 2 or 3 weeks, 8 weeks. I think it was maybe 4 weeks. So it was like 4 weeks, 8 weeks. That's 3 months, and then maybe let's just say 4 weeks at the back end. So you had about 4 months to write a script, right? So I think that's how it works. It's been a long time, but there was a lot of time. So they're like, all right, Mike, you have 3 weeks to get this whole thing into shape. And so you need to find showrunners. You need to let them know that they only have 3 weeks, maybe it's 4 weeks to get up and running, and we need to have our first scripts in 4 weeks, and then we have to have a script. We have to have 3 scripts every week until the series is done. Oh, and by the way, we're doing 65 episodes. I think it was 65 episodes. If one of you can look it up, It was called Vortech, VOR-TECH. I'm not certain it's not on Wiki. This is one that was not a show that was followed by anybody or anybody cared about, but it still might be up there. I'm not certain how many I know we did a strip, but a strip can be 26 episodes. A strip can be, I think, 36 episodes, and a strip can be 65 episodes. I think maybe we did 26. Anyway, but regardless, or 52. It's 26, 52, or 65. I think that's how it works. But anyway, we were supposed to do a lot of. Oh, is this Vortech? No. It wasn't. It started off as 13. That's awesome. Thank you, Blue. Thank you, Bobcat. That's awesome. It started off as 13, but it was not 13. And it was Mask. It was all right, but it was not 13 episodes. Oh yeah. So here's the director. Yeah. See, wait, no, that's not it. Wait, what? 13 episodes. No. It was. Maybe it was 13 episodes, and we just did it in a shockingly fast time. No, you're right. I think maybe we only did 13 episodes, but we did them in but I think maybe we did them in a really, really truncated period of time. Anyway, all I know is we had to deliver three scripts a week. So 3 scripts a week. If you did that over 4 weeks, that's most of your series. So maybe it was only 13 episodes, but we had to, one of the reasons why it took us so long to actually get up and running in production is because Mattel did not like any of the designs. So our former head of production, Jim Graziano, he was an amazing guy, but he was literally the oldest school. Like I think he worked for Ruby Spears for a while. He worked for Hanna-Barbera for a while. Like he was like the capo di tutti capo of going like, we need to get some production stuff done. And who do we turn to? We turn to Jim Graziano, and he knows everybody. And Jim goes, hey, and it was all about and Jim was amazing, but it was literally all about like how long have you been in the business, and are you my friend, and blah blah blah. And he knew a bunch of great people. However, the thing is that they were not the innovative people. They were like the old school animation guys, right? So Jim, his people were not producing amazing stuff. Amazing designs? No, they were doing like regular action adventure designs, crosshatch, let's make it look a little bit Star Wars. We'll make it look a little bit Star Wars and a little bit Star Trek, and there you go. So and then they replaced Jim Graziano, and they brought in Ann Lighting, who came from Warner Brothers, which is like Warner Brothers at this point in time had already done like Batman, like the Batman with the black, I don't know if you guys know, but Batman was done on black. Anyway, so Batman was cool and like cool designs and awesome, but Ann unfortunately, even though she had good relationships with artists, she did not really know production, and I can't say that. I don't want to be that kind of an asshole. I can't say 100%. I don't think Anne really knew her salt. I don't really think she was good at what she did. I'm sorry, Anne. If you're seeing this, you're never going to see this. But the thing is I just don't think, I had no confidence in Anne. It has nothing to do with her as a woman. Kelly Sullivan was amazing in her job. Jay McGregor, not Jane Sullivan. Jay McGregor was amazing at her job. I have no gender. I don't give a fuck about genders. Just, are you good at what you do? Ann Lighting was not good at what she did. I don't think she did not. She did not bridge the gap. There were obstacles we had to overcome, and I overcame them instead of Ann. So the way I overcame the obstacle was, the guy at Mattel was a big comic book fan, and he was like, why can't we have Dave Silvestri or Jim Lee do the designs? Well, if you guys don't, Dave Silvestri or Jim Lee, they were the founders of Image Comics. They were big guys. They would to get them would cost thousands and thousands of dollars. So a buddy of mine who was the executive producer of The Savage Dragon knew a guy by the name of Dave Johnson, who was an up and coming amazing artist. And Dave Johnson, till this day, if you look him up, Dave Johnson is a friend of mine. You can find him on my Facebook. He's amazing, and he has a singular style. There are maybe, I know maybe 10 people. I've been working. I no longer work in the film and TV business. I've been paying attention to the film and TV business for my entire life, since I was a little kid. Not even film and TV, comic books. I've been paying attention to comic books for my entire life. There are 10 people, and Mike Mignola, Frank Miller, Dave Johnson is one of them. There are a handful of guys that Jack Kirby, that have a very singular style. When you look at their art, you're like, that's the art. So turns out Dave Johnson was just starting out at this point in time, and I was like, hey man, would you know Dave Johnson? And this guy that worked for Mattel was like, oh, I love Dave Johnson's stuff. And I'm like, well, if I could get Dave Johnson to do some designs, would you be cool with that? And he's like, really? And I'm like, hell yeah. Oh shit. All right. You have an awesome night, Parametis. And yeah, man, brother. Yeah. Good to see you, man. And thank you so much. You too. So I was like, all right, well, if I could get Dave Johnson. Now I haven't talked to Dave at this point in time. I haven't even been introduced to Dave at this point in time. I just know that my buddy Scott Delas Casas knows Dave. And so I'm like, all right. And Scott says, well, what about Dave? And I'm like, let me see if Dave moves the needle one way or the other. So I talked to the Mattel guy, and I'm like, hey, Mattel guy, what about Dave Johnson? And the Mattel guy goes, really, can you get Dave Johnson? And I'm like, I think we can. So I don't want to fucking negotiate with Dave Johnson. I want Dave to get on board and wholeheartedly, and I want Dave to jump through any hoop we have to ask him to. So I reach out to Dave, and I offer him $500 to design with, I think it was 2 or 3 revisions. So $500 a design. So, hey, Dave, come up with a design for this character and do 3 revisions of it, and that's $500. And we need you to come up with like 15 characters. So it was like a $7,500 payoff for Dave, which is ridiculous. And Lighting, who was our head of production at this point in time, flipped the fuck out when I said that was the deal I made. Everybody flipped the fuck out. Jeff flipped the fuck out. Everybody flipped out. But I could see that our guy, that our Mattel contact was super excited about Dave. And I knew that Dave did not understand animation. Animation design requires a lot less lines. Like with comic books, every single line you draw can actually translate to the comic book. In animation, you have to move those things. So you have to have a lot less lines. But I knew Dave could get it. I knew he could get it. So and I knew he could get it, and before he and I had even spoken. But but his artwork, if you look at his stuff, if you look at his early designs till now, and you can do this right now, you can just seek out Dave Johnson and look at his stuff and look at Dave Johnson in the early 1990s to Dave Johnson till now. And he worked for Warner Brothers and he worked for Universal. He worked in animation because I helped him get there. I can't say I helped him get there. But I opened the door and was like, dude, this is a great way where you can make money doing what you do, which you do very well, and you do as a singular person. Like Dave, to this day, has a very singular style. Anyway, so Dave does these. So I reach out to Dave, not talking to Ann Lighting, not talking to any of my upper management. Hey guys, would you mind if I were to get Dave to do this stuff? And Dave's like, and no, I didn't say that to them. I just reached out to Dave. I'm like, Dave, I need somebody to do these designs. Do you know animation? Not really. Okay, can you just reduce a number of the lines? Like just do come with your designs and we'll figure it out. So he came up with some designs. He threw them to me. I was like, all right, there's way too many lines here. There was too much cross hatching. There was too much I'm like, all right, dude. Look at these things. And I sent him some animation designs. I'm like, it's got to look like this. It's got to be this. And so he and I, a couple iterations back and forth, I gave them to the Mattel guy, and the Mattel guy was like, this is it. This is our. So if you look at Vortech, the Vortech, hold on, let me see if I can find them. Vortech toys. If you look at the Vortech toys, that is entirely 100% Dave Johnson. Hold on, wait, let me see. 4. Oh, there you go. Vortec Toys. It was Kenner. It was actually Kenner. That's ridiculous. It was Mattel. It was Mattel, but it was Kenner. That's crazy. Vortec Undercover Conversion Squad. So anyway, if you look at all the characters, all of those designs are Dave Johnson or Dave Johnson inspired. Anyway, so all right. So now that's been what, an hour and a half of conversation about how. All right. So let's move to the early days of Vermicious K. Why I walked away from all of these successes and all of this awesome. So that was amazing, man. What an awesome thing. I love to troubleshoot. I love to be like, oh, we got a problem. How do we correct it? Like I would love, if I had the science knowledge, I'd love to be on a NASA team as even a junior scientist. All right, what problems are we dealing with? Let's figure it out. Let me use my intellect to figure out the things that save people's lives. That's awesome, That's what I was doing at Universal. It was awesome. Oh, you give me your most troubled show and let me make it a great show. Let me just turn it around, And it was great. It was awesome. But there were a lot of people that were obstacles. There were a lot of people that once we figured out the right solution and how to make it happen, you're right, Paper Cat. But the thing is that I'm not. For me, it's not a syntax. I'm not big into the. I'm not big into the particulars of the solution. I'm into the ideas behind the solutions, So I like the, okay, if this is possible and this is possible, then this should be possible. You guys figure it out. Everything is right. So that's the thing. I don't, the actual I did a lot of programming in Ruby I did a lot of Ruby programming. I did a lot of when I was a young kid, I did a lot of basic programming. I've done a lot of HTML stuff back in the early days of HTML, and it was fun. And it was awesome to I could never deploy my Ruby on Rails stuff. I could make it work on my computer. I just couldn't deploy it, and that drove me nuts. Why can't I deploy it? Why is there not an easy explanation for how I can take the thing I built on Ruby on Rails, my marketplace that I built on Ruby on Rails, which works perfectly? Why can't I deploy it on the internet? No one can explain it. Fuck you. So that was the thing. And so I got sick of that, because I'm good at taking I'm good at taking known quantities that don't work and make them work. I'm not good at going oh yeah, let me work outside of an environment that makes any sense at all, and let me invent something new. I don't have the patience for that, So, but that said, So I want to make a new language framework called Ruby Off Rails. yeah. Ruby Off Road. No, Ruby Off Road. Ruby. Ruby. Well, yeah. I guess Ruby Off Roads, and then. Really? Why would you? Really? Is Ruby not? Is Ruby not? I thought Ruby was awesome. I thought I thought Ruby was Ruby was the only. And again, I did. We are going. We don't need roads or rails. So what was it? All right. Sorry. All right. So I was. I was big into problem solving, and I liked working with people that I loved, like good people that were I love problem solving with other people. I love sitting down and hashing it out and trying ideas and will this work? And will that work? Will that not work? And then Seagram's bought Universal, and they just shut down everything. They shut down everything. And not only on top of that, there was blood in the water, right? So they got rid of Jeff Siegel, my mentor. So it was Sid Sheinberg was Jeff's mentor. Lou Wasserman was Sid's mentor. Like, so I was 4 degrees of separation from like the old school Hollywood. And all of a sudden they get rid of Jeff without any explanation. Jeff's company had $40 million in profit and $200 million in cash flow. Or it was $80 million in profit and $15 million in cash flow. Oh no, $80 million in cash flow and $40 million or $50 million in profit, something like that. But it was like whatever it was significant, and it was 4 times the actual operating costs that, or it was a quarter of the actual operating costs that was profit, which at that point in time was mind blowing. It was just mind blowing amounts. We were pulling in money hand over fist, and it was amazing. And it was entirely Jeff. It was Jeff built that division, created that division, and then they're like, flush you. And I was like, fuck you, man. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, because you don't like Jeff? Because Jeff didn't come with your fucking bullshit fucking alcohol company? Fuck you. So they asked me to stay though, because my star was shining. Like, I was a young kid. My star was shining. I was good at problem solving. I was good at taking these shows that were troubled and turning them into successful shows or profitable shows or whatever. And so they asked me to stay, but the person that was going to be running the company, what was her name? Oh, I hated her. What was her name? Wait, hold on. What was her name? It wasn't Ann. It was Ann Lighting. What was her name? She was, if you guys look up the woman that ran Harvey, she ran Harvey in 1995 or 1996. I don't know if it's on the internet. It's probably not on the internet. What was her name? But she was the fucking spawn of Satan. She was the spawn of Satan. And she was literally like Dolores Umbridge. I don't know if you guys remember Dolores Umbridge from the Harry Potter, but she literally was one of those people that they're like, oh, I'm just sweet. I'm a tiny, sweet, dark-haired. I'm so sweet and kind, and I'm fucking evil and pernicious, and I fucking hated her because she was fucking pernicious, and she was constantly drumming up poison and vitriol and constantly firing salvos at Jeff's ship estate. And Jeff, the thing is that like Jeff Siegel, my mentor, I love that guy. I definitely think that he would oftentimes lose sight of the art over the means to get the art done. I think he would oftentimes be like, oh, let's go for the money instead of the art. And as an artist, that pissed me off. But at the same time, his perspective got a lot of shit done at our company. We made a lot of money because of him. Only because of him. Not because of Jane, not because of Susie, because of Jeff. Jeff was a deal maker. I often hated the deals he made. I often reviled and despised the people he made the deals with. But however, the shows got made, and that was awesome. I definitely think that if I not in charge, but if I had more influence, because I cultivated great relationships with great people in the film and TV business, and mostly in the animation business, that were saying to me, Mike, you don't need to go with this production company, you go with these guys, and they will bust their ass to, because they used to be these guys. They used to be this big company that was amazing, but now they've broken off and they want to create their own new thing. So they'll give it to you for a discount and they'll kick ass just to prove they're good at it. And I was like, Jeff, look at this. And Jeff was like, yeah, but we're not going to do that. And I was like, but dude, they're amazing. They're the people that did. And that drove me nuts. Like that, the fact that I was not heard of those kind of things drove me nuts. But Jeff made deals. He got shows done. He made money for everybody at Hanna-Barbera and at Universal. And so what the fuck was her name? Anyway, she was fucking poison. And she fucking destroyed Jeff's ship estate, and he never recovered from it. He's still making money. He's still doing okay, but he never recovered from it. And that fucking breaks my heart. So at this point in time, right? So this is now we're at 1996. So, you guys know Haim Saban? Haim Saban, he's the guy that introduced the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers to the world. Haim Saban also introduced the second iteration of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He also brought in the second iteration of, not the Fox version of the X-Men, but the second iteration of the X-Men, the Silver Surfer, Spider-Man, so Haim Saban, yeah, okay, so Saban, so before all of the stuff that Saban did after, so this is right after the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Haim Saban is looking for somebody to run their Marvel unit. And so his number two guy, his number two TV guy, is a guy by the name of Joel Andrick. And Joel Andrick hears about me. Hey, we got this. There's this kid. He's like 23 years old, but he's doing a good job with he's running shows at Universal, and he's a good comic book guy, and he's got so every single year. I didn't bring Universal to Comic-Con, but I'd been going to Comic-Con for 2 or 3 years before I showed up at Universal. So I already knew every creator, and I knew everybody I knew absolutely everything about comics at that point in time. Absolutely everything. So when we would go to Comic-Con, I'm like, hey dude, how you doing? I'm Mike. I'm Mike TV from Universal Cartoon Studios, Universal Entertainment, Universal Studios, and I know your stuff and I love what you do. So it was easy mode for me. Hey man, because this is in the early 90s. No, animation or comic book people were like, wait, what? Studios are interested in what we do? That was a bizarre thing for them. So it was great. And so I was like, hey man, and I was a kid. I was like the junior statesman to guys who were 25. I'm 25 years old. Now I look at a 25-year-old, I'm like, you're a fucking kid. But I was a kid to those kids. But I still had access to the people, the money, the decision makers. So I was like, dude. So I brought in what's his name? Scud the disposable assassin robot. I forget. Anyway, but Ben Edlin, who did the Tick, and I'm totally blanking. I just brought Mark Crilly, Akiko on the Planet Smoo, which are a bunch of series of children's books, which are there are a bunch of pretty successful children's books. He did a comic, he was just a guy making little comic books, and I was like, dude, I love your fucking comics, man. Let's make a television show out of it. So, and this is actually a what do you call it? Pencil? No, colored pencil. This is actually a colored pencil sketch that he did for us. Anyway, so yeah, so anyway, so there was all this. So anyway, so it was awesome, right? So there's all this awesome happening. So because you do it, because just awesome. And thank you, Miss Bunny Bell. Good to see you. All right, so I'm drunk. So Joel Andrick, the head of Saban Television, offered me the to run the Marvel unit for Saban. Saban has just struck a deal to run. So they're doing Spider-Man, the X-Men, Doctor Strange, the Silver Surfer, and I forget what else. So they're doing all these shows. And hey, Michael Torres, we need someone to run this department for us. We want an executive to actually handle the writing and all the stuff, right? So and I was like, okay, well, how long? But I knew Saban underbid their writers, right? So no, at this point in time, an average script was about $14,000. And again, this is me drawing on really, really old information. I think it was about $14,000, and I think Saban was offering about $8,000. So it was a significant discount. So I was like, okay, well, are you guys gonna have more money to spend on these? And Joe was like, no. And I was like, okay, well, am I gonna have the ability to run these shows the way I want to run them? And he's like, yes. So I was like, okay. So I won't be able to offer the people I know that are great writers the amount of money to write like they're not gonna be able to survive. The money they're gonna make from these episodes is not gonna be what they'd make on other episodes. But however, if I can get the right people involved, and if we can put together the right unit, we could literally tell some amazing stories. We could literally tell some amazing stories at Haim Saban. And are they going to look terrible? Of course they are. But we could still tell some amazing stories. So I was fucking all in. I was reaching out to friends and I was like, guys, look, I'm about to go to Saban. It's going to be fucking terrible. But I have the ability to tell awesome Marvel stories. Because I grew up on Marvel comics. I wanted the Marvel movies that were happening. The Marvel movies that are happening right now would have happened back in the 1990s, in the mid 1990s, had I been there and was able to like do, because I was like, yes, this is what I want to do. Yes, let me bring in all my favorite A-list writers and be like, guys, you're gonna make a lot less money, but you can do it, but you'll have, because we were doing strips, or I don't know if we were doing strips. I don't know if we were doing strips. We might have been doing 13 episodes, but regardless. If you have a successful show, that successful show becomes a strip, and so we would have gotten strips. So regardless, so I knew. Right on, Bobcat. Right on. Why do you not have food? Isn't it Friday night? Is it Friday night? This is Friday night. It is Friday night. You should have food, man. Eat some food. So yeah, man. So I was like, anyway. So all this stuff. So this is all the shit that's percolating and kicking ass in my mind. I'm like, this is great. I'm gonna run. And then Disney. Don't burn dinner, Mrs. Bunny Bell. Don't burn dinner. Oh well, yeah. It is the holidays. All right, I get that. So. All right. So what was where'd it go? All right. So where was I? Okay. Oh yeah. So Saban had offered me to run the Marvel unit. I was going to be the Marvel unit guy. Disney was interested in bringing me in to do what? Oh no. I was talking to Disney, but it was just going to be a development position. But the salary they were offering was like $30,000 more than I was making. So the Saban salary was commensurate, like was pretty much right in line with what I was making at Universal, which was not terrible, but it was not great, because I started off as a kid. But Disney was offering like $30,000 more. So I'm like, oh, this is amazing, Disney. And then my buddy Ralph, who was the VP at Universal, had just moved to Film Roman. Film Roman were the people that were doing The Simpsons, and Ralph was like, Mike, I want you to come and be my number two, and I'll give you and whatever you want, like we'll sort it out. And then Jeff goes, so by this point in time, Jeff, my mentor, the head of Universal Cartoon Studios, Universal Family Entertainment, Jeff and I were button heads. We had been button heads for a full year. Like every single time I wrote anything, he would go in and edit. Like he would take everything I thought was a cool joke, everything I thought was a daring, edgy joke, and he would go and pull it back. Every character I came up with that I thought was awesome and cool, he'd pull that back. Every time I had a note, it literally felt like he was just sniping everything that I did. And I was like, motherfucker, man, like this is my career as much as it's your career. Like so I didn't want anything to do with Jeff. I was like, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go fucking run the Marvel unit for Saban, which was my number one choice. Or I'm going to go to Disney where I'm going to make a lot more money. Or I'm going to go join Ralph at Film Roman, and he and I are going to go create some, because Ralph and I had come up with a Cthulhu mythos, a thing. He and I had a lot of like, I was talking about I had come up with an idea of doing like, the beginning of James Bond movies, right? Like, so there's like the first 7-8 minutes of the James Bond movie is like action packed. I was like, Why not just do an animated series where it's just like a half an hour episode where it's 3 of those? You come up with these characters and you do 3 minutes, or you do three 7-minute shorts of just the action-packed beginnings of James Bond episodes. And over time you tell stories, but you just do it in little increments. But it's just these action-packed, like amazing, like this guy's fucking amazing. Wouldn't that be great? And Ralph was like, yeah. And so I had all these ideas for these really cool, like these fucking cool animation things that you could only do in animation without having to spend billions of dollars. And, yeah, anyway. So Jeff comes to me. So just as I'm about to leave Universal, Jeff comes to me and he's like, Mike. And at this point in time, Jeff and I are like, we're always on speaking terms, but we're not getting along very well. And Jeff comes to me and goes, Mike, you know, man, like, and let me say real quick, I didn't get Jeff's permission to tell this story. I'm just drunk right now. And so if Jeff takes any umbrage over me telling the story, I really do apologize, because I'm not trying to hurt anybody, or I'm not trying to like sell him out or speak out of school. I'm just trying to let him know like what I gave up, what I walked away from, and what led me to music, you know. So Jeff goes up to me and he goes, Mike, you know, he's like so we were a 14-person executive staff. And Jeff goes to me and goes, you know, Mike, like every single person in this office has come to me and has said, wherever you go, Mike, wherever you go, Jeff, if you want me to join you, I'll go with you. And I was like, oh, that's awesome, man. And he's like, yeah, everyone except for you. And I was like, and of course, I'm like, I just shut up because I'm going to Saban. No, I'm like, I'm gonna go run the Marvel unit, or I'm gonna go with Ralph, and I'm gonna help him set up Film Roman. You know, like I'm not gonna be a number 2 to like a guy that doesn't even respect my decisions. You know. And Jeff goes, so you know, like everybody but you, and you're the only one I want. He's like, because you're my friend, and you're like, you know, and he played the friend card. He's like, we get along and we love, like, you know, and you know, and you've been with me your entire career. And he's like, and I was like, and I was like, you know what? You're right, man. The thing is that you're right. Like when it comes down to it, do I do career over friends? No, fuck that. Life decisions should be about the people you love. And even though Jeff and I had been at odds, I fucking love that guy. I was like, man, you're my fucking mentor. You're the guy that gave me this career. I love the way your mind works. I love the way you tell stories. Of course. So when he played the friend card and was like, come with me, I was like, hell yes, I'll go. So the thing is, but however, Jeff's position was not 100% solid at that point in time. Sid Sheinberg, who we were talking about, that ran Universal, and who also negotiated Steven Spielberg's parachute deal out of the Universal deal. So Steven Spielberg, where Amblin came from, if you guys know Amblin Entertainment, you see Amblin, anytime you watch a Steven Spielberg movie, you see Amblin. That Amblin would not exist without Sid Sheinberg. So Sid Sheinberg negotiated that deal with Steven Spielberg. So Sid Sheinberg also negotiated his exiting Universal package with Universal. That package involved no, Miss Bunny Bell. No, they are. I mean, I'm trying to like shape the idea of like, oh yeah, but you know, but because they are there, like these are like I started out with these amazing people, and I walked away from this crazy opportunity. All of these opportunities are thrown at me because I was like, no, I want something more significant. I don't want to live for money, and I don't want to live for fame or for status. I want to live for art. I want to make art, and I want to do it in a way that is honest and true and awesome. And you know, anyway, so that's so. And not that I'm saying that like what I was doing with Jeff and Will Mineo and all these people was not amazing at all. And Scott Dallas Costas, like it was not amazing. It was, but it wasn't mine. And I couldn't protect it. I can protect the music I make. I can protect. Every deal I've made has protected my art, you know. Yeah, no. She's no. I get it, and the thing is like, and I am. I'm name dropping because I'm just trying to like, because my life has been filled with crazy, ridiculous, awesome. Because for whatever reason, I seek out the people that do stuff in big ways, and I pursue them. Yes, you do what I want to do in the biggest way possible. How do I get to doing what you're doing? And then I reach out to them, and they respond. And then anyway, blah blah blah. So I'm drunk. So I'm my ability to articulate that is not so. All right, thank you. So Jeff invites me to join him at a place called the Bubble Factory, which Sid Sheinberg had set up. So awesome. Okay, awesome. Good. All right, good. I was drinking vodka. In fact, I'm gonna go get another drink in just a little bit because it's been a long time. Saying how you doing, Mr. Fish? All right, so. But this is where my life diverges. Like this is, I do have whiskey downstairs. I too am a whiskey person, but I can do a whiskey drink every hour, backed by a beer. I used to be able to do it backed by a beer, and I'd be fine for 6 or 7 hours. I can't do that anymore. Beer fucks me up, fucks my digestion up. And so I'm not getting the booze I want in a given hour. I love whiskey. I'm a big Irish whiskey guy. I like the sweeter whiskeys versus the smoky whiskeys. I do like some of the rye and stuff like that. But the thing is but I can't back up with beers anymore. And I haven't found a good whiskey matchup that I like. And the thing is, in whiskey, so usually I do a whiskey neat, and I just sip that and then kind of guzzle a beer, maybe 2 beers. Beers kind of fuck me. Beers fuck up. I'm 45 years old. Beers fuck up my digestion in a pretty weird way. I think it might be a gluten thing. I just recently discovered it might be a gluten thing. Anyway, but vodka, which is a new thing for me. I've never been a vodka fan. In my 20s and into my mid and late 30s, I could not stand vodka. But vodka, I'm like, wait, it keeps me up. And it's easy drinking, and it doesn't taste like really pretty much, as long as I don't overdo it. Like as long as it's 2 fingers to a full glass of whatever, I barely even taste it. Awesome. Yeah. You might want to re-explore vodka again in another handful of years because I started with vodka. I started with vodka at 22, so I was 6 years behind you, and vodka was an anathema to me until I was 43. So for 21 years, for 21 years. So at 37, maybe you might want to give vodka another try. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right. So I had a lot of opportunities and a lot of amazing things happening at the point in time when I decided to. So this is what I did. So Seagram's offered me a job, but I would have been working for Nancy, not Nancy Cartwright, because Nancy Cartwright's the girl that does the voice for Bart on The Simpsons, who I know, or I used to know. Nancy, not Nancy Pelosi, because Nancy Pelosi is a senator for the United or a House of Representatives. She'll be the next Speaker of the House. Nancy, what's her name? Nancy something, but she was a Nancy. She was a Nancy. I'm fairly certain she was a Nancy. But so they offered me she offered me a job to work for her, and I was like, I will never ever work for you. You fucking destroyed the career of my mentor fuck you. I didn't say fuck you. I was very gracious, but I was like, but I did say, I will never work for you. You destroy the career of my mentor. I will never, ever work for you. All of my skill set, all the things, all I wish for you is nothing but failure. You know, I said something to that effect. I don't think I said it in that strident terms, but I did convey to her, I want nothing to do with you, and I wish you no success, you know. And so I said to Jeff, yeah, I'll work for you, you know, even though I knew, are you fucking kidding me? Paper Cat? Are you not a regular? Oh my God. You're a mod. There's no way that should not work. Yeah, you're already regular, so it should have worked. But all right, so yeah.
Damn it, Jim, what the hell is the matter with you?
There you go. So I got a good severance package leaving. I left Universal. And they gave me about, I think it was 6 months worth of pay. I think it was a year's worth of benefits and 6 months worth of pay. And then there was like a bonus package on top of that. It was more money than I'd ever had in my entire life. Like I started at Universal when I was 19 years old. I did have one good job. I had one good office job where I think I was making $1,200 a month. And this is in $1990. I was making, I think, $1,200 a month for like 4 or 5 months. So that was pretty amazing. But by the time I left Universal, I was making pretty decent amount. I was making pretty awesome amounts of money. And I was like, this is great, you know. And this is like 1990s dollars. So I'm like, yay, this is great. So they gave me a severance package, which was like 6 months worth of income, and like an extra 6 months. So I had money hand over fist. So, all right, I'm gonna go. You guys hold on, because this is where we get into the Vermicious Case stuff. So I'm gonna go refresh this drink, and I will tell you, it's because this is where the awesome kicks in. Because I had, yeah. Well, all right. Give me 1 second. We'll talk about it. So
I say peanut, hazelnut, cashew nut, macadamia nut. That was the one that was sent her into going crazy. She said, you stop naming nuts. Pine nut, pistachio nut, red pistachio nut, natural, all natural white pistachio nut.
Okay, so real quick, before I begin here, I have to explain the. All right, so that's a short, truncated version. What like that was like an hour and a half, a truncated version of the Universal experience. So now I have to go back in time to my high school experience to kind of like frame the people that I knew in high school, because they were exceptional in their own way. So, and their exceptionalism also informed what I did and the way I did it. So I was part. First off, I was part of a geek community. So so the thing is so I was a drama kid. So I was like a drama geek. And wait, should I go and drink with Mike or stay and listen more? Can you do both? Is it not possible to do both? You should definitely go get more booze. Like always booze, because having booze is always like you never yeah. Yeah. Paper Cat will catch you up. He promises he'll catch you up. Yeah. You don't want to show up. You don't want to show up at like midnight and be like, I have no booze. That's terrible. Particularly if we go into the wee hours. So, all right. So let me start. So let me explain my high school friends, because they were fucking as much to do with me being here. I'm not, because obviously I'm not successful. Obviously I am not saying, hey man, Fish, Mr. Fish, yeah, we're doing it for you, brother. yeah, we're doing it. It's not just me. It's a community. It's a community perspective. We've all agreed that Ms. Bunny Bell should be a little bit drunker than she is right now. We're not saying 100% drunk. We're just saying she should be a little bit drunker than she is now, or maintain the buzz she currently has. Yeah. So, oh no, Lenina, no, Blue, Colin dead. No, Blue, do this. Grab your phone, Blue, grab your phone, do this. You must be paying attention. Lenina, stop. Have him do this. Call in. Hey, it's me. Hey, this is Olin. Hey, I'm way too cool to come into work tonight. Sorry, I'm just way too cool to come into work. Call in too cool. No one can deny the too cool to come into work. There's no way that anybody can deny calling in too cool to come into work. Hey, I'm too cool. I'm just too cool. If anybody does deny that, fuck them in the asshole with a dump truck, an unlubed dump truck. I know, just go. God damn it. I know. No, because Blue is always too cool to go into work, but he's also the fucking guy. Like, he is the fucking backbone of the fucking organization. You go, brother, man. I fucking have so much respect for you, man. Thank you, dude. And I have a lot of respect for you, man. You go, own that shit that you should not have to own, because you should have better and more support. But yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about Blue at some point in the near immediate future. But so I grew up with a bunch of kids that so I was a part of part of the role playing community. I was part of the theater community, but I was also I don't even know how I was also part of the band community, and I was also part of the cool, I don't even know, so it was the cool kids, I don't know what it was, but I didn't fear anybody, and I didn't fear anything, and I was always excited about doing stuff. And so, hey, let's role play. Let's put up a game. Let's form a band. Let's do this. So my friends and I, actually, really truthful, my friends started a magazine. They started it wasn't even really a fanzine. They started a little magazine in the desert. Let's start a magazine. Hey, Mike, do you want to write an article? Yes, I'll write an article. And then the next episode, I'll write 6 articles. And the next episode, eventually they'll be associated with me, because I was the guy that had most of the friends in the high school, and mostly our distribution was the high school, and people were like, oh, this is Mike's magazine, to the point that my friends had to say this magazine was not in any way associated with Mike Torres Industries, and which is bullshit, because it shouldn't have been. But I think it's fun. I think it's funny because the thing is that my friends didn't realize that as important as it is to do stuff, it's also important to maintain contact with your audience. You know, that's not so. I thought it was funny because they did all the early work, and I did a lot of work. I did do a lot of work, but I also took advantage, or I got credit for their work, and I thought that was funny. That's bullshit because I was a kid. The thing is that, but really, truthfully, they did miss the perspective that if you've got an audience, you have to let that audience know who you are. You can't be faceless, right? That's the first time I got a little glimpse of that message. I've learned that message over and over and over again across the course of my life, and that's why I'm here right now. That's why I'm here right now. All right, Jacob, good to see you, man. I'm sorry, brother, but you have a good night, man. That's why I'm here right now. The thing is it because that's the thing is that like all of us have our stories. All of us have things that mattered to us and things that didn't matter to us, and all of us have the reasons why we did the things we did. And all of those things, no matter how myopic they might become, no matter how minuscule or insignificant you think they are, when you really give them the proper amount of attention, they're all of them critical and important and essential to our lives. And if your life matters to you, and I hope it matters to you, then it should matter to everybody. And as such, your story needs to be told. And I've known that in my heart of hearts from the very get-go. And that's probably due to a gigantic deficit. I definitely have. I used to crack jokes about actors. I used to say like, oh, actors have this big hole, this big cavity in their center of their soul going, look at me, look at me, look at me. And I'm beginning to realize, I think maybe that's me. The thing is like, I've always tried to be like, no, I don't give a fuck about that. But I think that because if you look at the things I do and the way I do them, but that's not so. I think that what I do is I'm trying to say, look, I am damaged and I am broken. And I know there are other damaged and broken people out there. And I know you're not damaged and broken the same way I am. But I'm damaged and I'm broken, but I still think I'm still pressing on and I'm still trying to kick ass. And I think that's okay. What do you think? And do you agree? And are you also damaged and broken? Maybe not my same way, but do you, in your damaged brokenness, recognize my damaged brokenness? And are we, all of us, simpatico, you know? And I think that's the essential perspective of the art that I make, is like I want to be like, hey, yes, I will never belong to the cool kid tribe. I can have a foot in the cool kid tribe, but I will never belong to the cool kid tribe. I'll never fully belong to the geek tribe. Yes, that's. Thank you, Wicked Truth. That's one of my lyrics. That's awesome. Oh, that's awesome.
Rooster?
No, he's chewing. Yeah. Thank you, though. Thank you, Paper Cut. But Rooster is chewing the bone like a good boy, aren't you, buddy? Yes, you are. Yeah, he's chewing nothing to stop. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So things. So before. So from my perspective, I really do. I really try to. I've tried to always be like, look, hey. You know, life for other people might be a lot easier than it is for me. It probably is, because I definitely see people that are like walking around being like, yeah, life is great. In fact, I have family members for whom they have suffered more than I have, but they have also succeeded in ways I could never even, I will never succeed, you know. It's awesome. But, you know, for me, like, so when I left Universal, I had 8 months of downtime. And I knew that, and I had spent, so I was 24, 25, I'd spent 5 or 6 years writing professionally. And I loved writing. I loved somebody saying to me, hey, Mike, we need you to come up with an idea for a horror show. We want you to have a horror show kind of based off of H.P. Lovecraft, or we want you to come up with a fantasy show that involves we want it to be like guns and armor and like mechs and stuff like that. But we want it to be fantasies as well. We want there to be dragons. We want there to be magic. And then we want that kind of thing. Can you come up with something? Hell yeah, I can come up with something. Give me 24 hours. And I would write these 40-page show Bibles. This is the idea. And literally, I wouldn't say, I'd say 90% of the time, they're like, this is fucking exactly what we wanted. Because I'd listen to I would listen to all the checkpoints that they wanted. We want this, we want this, and we want this. I'd be like, oh yeah. And I would just use those as my guiding rules. And I would just build everything else off of it. And those little limitations made it awesome. And so I would just line it all up and it was great. So when I got a pretty decent severance package and I wanted to write music, the reason why I wanted to do my own thing was because I would come up with these ideas. Oh, yay, I love this. Like, this happened once in my life, but it was enough. But this happened, the idea behind this happened a lot. So we had come up with a show. I forget what it was. It was an animated show. It was about a kid, 12, 13 years old, and it was sort of like a. Do you guys know the show Doug? It was kind of like an almost reality, kind of like, but it was just kind of a kid show, you know, kind of a kid show about this stuff, and there was like some. Some kind of cool, interesting designs and blah blah blah. It was kind of in the Doug vein. And one of the development executives, or one of the buyers, it wasn't CBS. It wasn't CBS or ABC but it was some buyer. Some buyer was like, oh, it was USA. It was USA. What was the name of the show? I'm almost remembering. It was Medora Halberon. Her name was Medora Halberon. And she was like, I like the show. Can you guys give us, I think it was a talking dog. It had to have been a talking dog. Because I've been telling that story for a long time. But maybe it wasn't USA. Anyway, maybe it was CBS. But anyway, but somebody asked for a talking dog. So here we have like a kind of a an animated coming of age story with this kid, you know, and all of his friends, and all of them are kind of coming of age, and they're all like just preteen, just prepubescent, just kind of dealing with, you know, and so we get asked to throw in a talking dog. And so I'm like, what? Like, there's nothing about this show that is fascinating. And the rationale was that a talking dog would play to younger kids. And so that way it would broaden the reach. It would broaden the reach of the show. Right? Oh, I love you, buddy. So you add a talking dog, and all of a sudden, not only you getting the preteen kids, and maybe getting the 8-9-year-olds, but you're also getting the kids younger with a talking dog. So no, it's not a dildo, but it's a Kong. It's a Kong thing. If you know Kong. So I go back to the showrunners and I'm like, guys, all right, so we have to come up with an idea for a talking dog, you know? And so we spend some time thinking about it, and we come up with this idea, like maybe the dog is only talking. Maybe the dog is only talking in his head, and maybe the dog is sort of his conscience. Maybe the dog is the thing that he reflects things off of. Maybe the dog maybe the dog says all the things that he's not able to think of. Maybe the dog is the character that like says all the crazy shit that he's not even able to like think of. Maybe the dog is even the character that thinks of the stuff that he's not even able or is even mature enough to understand. Maybe the dog is the character that allows us to not only work with the young kids, but also allows us to capture the adults. Oh my God, this is amazing. So we're like, this is great. We love the dog idea. So we take the talking dog idea, all right, and we make it work. This is great, and it's awesome, and the talking dog is awesome. And now all of a sudden we have a show with the kid and the whole preteen kid thing doing their kid thing and a talking dog. And then like 3 weeks later, that person that we were talking, the head of the network, whoever we were talking to, goes, the dog's just really not working for me. Let's get rid of the dog. And we're like, are you fucking kidding me? Not only have we made the dog work, we've made the show better because of the dog. Fuck you. And it was at that moment where I was like, no, this capricious fucking bullshit thing. Like, first it was her capriciousness that caused us to create the dog. And then we figured out a way to love the dog. And then she's going to take the dog away. Fuck this joint, And so, fuck this noise. And that was not the first, but that was the first death knell. And where I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I just can't do this. Like you can't fucking jerk my chain over and over and over again and have me like, I'm not for sale in this way. So, So then, of course, Saban offers me the gig, and Disney is talking about offering me the gig, and blah blah blah, and then Jeff says, "Hey, Mike, will you come with me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll come with you." And so I have like 6-8 months of downtime with a big severance package from Universal, and so I'm like, all right, what do I do? What do I do with my time? What do I do with my time? So I'm like, I was thinking about the one moment where I felt with my friends. So these are my friends that started the magazine, the fan. It wasn't even a fanzine. It wasn't even a zine. It was like an actual magazine. It was called Oblivion, and it was like articles written by kids, and it was short stories, and it was poetry, and it was articles, and it was all about. It was amazing, and there are only 3 issues. I have all 3 issues in storage in LA, but I have all 3 issues, and they're fucking awesome. Oh, and we changed the format each time. So one issue was like this big, and then one issue was a full size magazine issue. Those are the last 2. What was the first one? I don't forget what the first one was, but anyway, but they were fucking. It was amazing. So I reached out to these guys, these cats that were while I was doing my thing at Universal, were all of them doing their own thing, So I reached out and I'm like, hey guys, so what I did first off was I rented a Lockout. So a Lockout is a studio. It's a rehearsal studio that you own yourself. Now this is not own, but you rent yourself. So it's like $400 a month to have a little space that you can put your own music, like you can put your own PA in and have your own bathroom and do your own thing. So it's a pretty substantial expense if you're not a band. So I wasn't a band, so I rented a Lockout and I put in a PA. And I bought this Mackie right here that I have. It's you guys have seen it, but I have a Mackie. I have a 12-channel Mackie right here, which I've had for like 18 years. Which is that Mackie. 18 years. Yeah. I think it's over 18 years. This was in 2006. Yeah, it was 20 years. I've had this for 20 years. So this Mackie I've had for 20 years. This is the Mackie I bought. I put it in the Lockout. I bought a bunch of other stuff, and I reached out to my old bandmates, and I was like, hey guys, I have a Lockout. I have all the stuff set up. Do you want to start a band again? And so my buddy Rick, who lived in LA, I think he still lived in Northridge, and my buddy Pat, who lived in Los Gatos, which is in Northern California, they both reach out and they're like, fuck it, yeah, let's do it. Let's form the band. So Pat moves from Los Gatos down to Los Angeles and moves in with Rick, and they become roommates, and we form a band, and so the moment they said yes, I'm like, oh shit, I need to write some songs. Now I have never written songs on guitar. I've written a lot of songs on piano. The songs I've written on piano are fucking. They might be good. The thing is I don't think. If you love music and if you love the kind of music that you love, so if you like hardcore dark music, hardcore dark music, and that's what you've always loved, even when you first start writing songs, you're gonna write songs that are gonna be like hardcore dark music, hardcore, and you will find that even 3 years after you write those songs, you'll be like, oh, that's pretty shit. 10 years after you write those songs, you'll be like, dude, that was actually, I had some pretty cool ideas there because it's the love of that music that generates the music that you make. So the thing is, like, so I was a big fan of hook-based stuff, but I was also coming from Pavement, which is my, I don't know if you can see right there. Wait, hold on, hold on, wait. Oh, good boys. So, hey. Don't fuck that way. Sorry, so this is Pavement. This is a 1996 Pavement poster. I don't know if you can see that, Pavement. So I was a big Pavement fan. I was a big Archers of the Low fan. Wait, hold on. Jesus Christ. Right, that's close enough. I'll fix it later. So I was a big Archers of the Low fan. I was a big fan of poppy stuff that was also a little bit dissonant, a little bit damaging, a little bit art damaged. I think we need to collectively make a goal to get him to show us every bit of art on that back wall before this night's over. Oh, that'll be a mess. But I can. And they all have stories. And oh my God, I have so much cool art. I mean, it's all really, well, it's none of it is over 5 years old. And most of it is close to 20 years old. But I have throughout my entire place, I have a lot of cool art. Cause I like, oh, look at this puppy. Look at this little puppy. Look at this guy. Oh, with his little crazy human eyes. Oh. I mean, it's the art is, most of my art is old enough to drink. And old enough to drink by a handful of years. I mean these are, oh Jesus, that pavement thing is awful. Let me give me 1 second. Yeah, the pavement, all the art back there, all of it, in fact, except for the Ready Player One thing, is all from 1996 or before. So yeah. Stay away, bud. You can't shoot that. Hold on, I have to fix this. That's not good. What the fuck, man? Where's my? I have to get my level. Dude, here's my level. Jesus Christ. Da, 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 da. Awesome. So I do that because Justin Hell 666 is such a yeah. No, it's not for me. It's I have people. Justin Hell 666, who is in the stream, has said to me, he's averred to me with all 100% earnestness that when those things are out of out of whack, it fucks with his mind. And I'm like, all right, well, dude, yeah. And he's a friend, and so I'll take care of that. I can make sure that shit's leveled, so he's okay. I'm not gonna, yeah. Afghan Wigs looks off. No, but it is level. It does look off. Which means the other pieces are off. The others are off because it is level. I mean, it is level, right? No, it's not. Jesus Christ, it's terrible. It's terribly off level. All right, there we go. Oh, all right. Thank you for that. Yeah. Oh, and there's Justin. He's right there, and he's saying. And see, and there you go. And that's the man I'm doing it for. And all the other people That's all the other people that have a hard time with it. Yeah. Thank you, Justin. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Fish. And yeah. Rooster, no, you don't chew on this. I love you, buddy. You can't chew on this. All right. Where were we? I'm telling stories. Hey, Jordan, how you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. All right. So for everybody that's here right now, this is Drunken Story Time with Mike TV. And I've been telling not the whole life story, but this is a very drunken story. Yeah. No, Justin, when it's not just you, man. There's like 10 or 15 people in this stream that freak out whenever that when I do this. Wait, where's my? Oh, they're downstairs. When I invert or when I have my wristbands on and they're not perfectly aligned, people freak the fuck out and let me know. Hey, Mike, can you make sure that when you put on your wristbands that they're, perfectly aligned, because it freaks me out and I have a hard time watching your stream. And I'm like, okay, well, there you go. If we wait till you drink a bit more, can you tell us where babies come from? Yeah, I can. I can tell. Yeah, it is, Mr. Fish. It's very, yeah. I get that. I do get that. No, I mean, it's not even really Twitch. It has nothing to do about Twitch. It is literally this community and these people. Like it's like Twitch is weird. Twitch is weird. But yeah. It's not. It has. I've never encountered. I've encountered a very different tenor of community, pretty much in every stream. I love the tenor of a bunch of different streams, but this one is its own very weirdness. Okay, so where were we? All right. Oh yeah. So early Vermicious K. So. All right, so I can only do this for another hour, guys. I've only got another hour of doing this, and then I gotta go because that will be 9 hours of streaming and 11 hours of music making, and that's I'm trying to manage the amount of work I put in. So yeah, so. Oh, look at you, Rooster. Good boy. What a good boy. You're a good boy. Don't eat the stuff, but yeah, good boy. Okay, so perhaps to switch to a cheaper mic. What? Wait, what? You have to finish the bottle. Who has to finish what bottle? Well, all right. Why? All right. So, puke joke. Wait, what? Where? What am I? What I'm missing? I'm just gonna pretend that what's happening in the chat right now is in no reference to me because I'm not making sense of it. Yeah. So, sorry. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So, all right. So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So, oh yeah. Okay. So I reach out to my old bandmates from high school. I reach out to if he wants me to finish what bottle? Oh, I must finish the bottle before. Oh, of this bottle. Oh, I see. Okay, yes. Oh, I see. Very droll. Yeah, no, yeah. Okay. Well, that's great. Just as long as it's not the bottle of vodka, because. I do have to say though, we got like the biggest bottle of vodka you can get here in Texas, and Schmed was like, we're gonna go full tilt and we're gonna play music all night long, and I was like, fucking all right, let's do it. I'm like, all right, man. I haven't had a drink since last Sunday, so because I'm broke, so I'm like, all right, man. Like if you want to do that, let's fucking do it. This will be great. This will be a great adventure. We'll have a drink. We'll have drinks. And we'll keep going, and it'll be great. And so I started at 6 p.m. tonight, so that was 3 hours ago. And so he started that. He started that at like 4:30, And by 5:30, so an hour later, he was like, I gotta go to bed. And I'm like, Schmed, you said we were gonna do this whole fucking shenanigans. I'm fucking, at this point in time, I'm drunk and he's drunk. We're gonna do this whole shenanigans thing, man. Come on, chip. No, he's good. He's good. I think he's starting out. Yeah, no. I mean, that's. I used to do that. I have done that many times. But I don't want to. The thing is because I respect. He's also my age. He's also in his mid 40s. I respect the fact that he had every intention and he had all the vim and all the vibrancy, and he had none of the vigor. He was like, yes, we're gonna do this, and it's gonna be. I gotta sleep. I get it. I still resent him for it, but I get it. I don't do that. Because I have no idea why. I think because I'm going to die. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So, all right. So I reached out to the old bandmates. I'm like, hey guys, do you want to form a band? I've got a lockout. I've got a PA. We've got a bathroom. We've got all this stuff. So they're like, fuck yes, let's do it. So, all right. So Paper Cat, are you here? Lenina, are you here? Because these are the earliest Vermicious Gay stories. So I wrote maybe 6 songs by this point in time. I don't know how many songs Pat had written, but I know that no matter how many songs Pat had written, there's no way I could have played anything of them because I could barely play the songs I've written. Let me try to introduce you to. No, it's all right. All right, all right. Well, hold on. Let me do this. I will play you bits and pieces of the very first songs I wrote. These are the very first songs. I have to pull them up real quick. And these are. I mean, this is like, and the fact that we have recordings of these is pretty awesome because these are the very first songs. No, I can't do that. I have to do this. Here we go. Hold on. Wait. Just wait a second. It's crazy awesome that these do exist, though. It's crazy. I mean, how ridiculous is that? That my entire artistic career, pretty much from its very inception, exists on tape. That's awesome. It's not the entire thing, though. This is not the very, very beginning, because the very first stuff we recorded is gone forever. Get some. It's good. So this is the second thing that we recorded. All right, Mendacity. So this is the very first song I ever wrote. This is it. Here we go. No, are you fucking kidding me? iTunes, and come on. Contract. I never signed the contract. No, I never owned your flesh. I only rented. The devil come to you and offer your heart's desire. Would you enter? Would you speak or silently leave it on the table? No, I never own your flesh. I only rent it. It's 2 chords. The entire song's 2 chords. I have to say, this song, we played that song. So that's a 2-chord song. It's just 2 chords over and over and over again. And so we just kept playing it, and we kept playing it, and we kept figuring out how do we turn this song into something awesome. And that was the moment that, like it really was. Like, it was that process of us sitting there and figuring out ways to make that song sound cool, because it was just 2 chords, and it was like, and I wasn't, because I was aping Eric Bachman from the Archers of Love. Yeah, see you soon, Jordan. And it's great to see you, brother. Yup, yup. And so we just, but the thing is I mean, that was written in 1990. That song was written and recorded in 1995, maybe 1995. Oh, I can give it to you, Miss Bunny Bell. I can give you the entire Vermicious K collection. No, it's because it's not on Spotify. It's not anywhere. But I can give you. I will. In 3 days, I will make available the entire Vermicious K collection. There's 80. I think there's 82 songs. Let me see. Hold on real quick. It is literally the very beginnings. It is the antediluvian. No, it's not. It's not before the flood, but it's the antecedents. Yes, of course, it is antecedents. What's the most ancient version of the ancient? It's from 1996 to 1989. It's 3 years. It's 3 years, and it is. Hold on, let me see how many songs. Hold on, real quick. I think it's like 80 plus songs. Let me see. It's 70 something songs of like early. It's early Mike TV. I mean, it's not just me though. It's like Rick. So it's Rick Vegas. So it's Mike TV, Rick Vegas, and Dr. Moto, which is Pat Flores. Like, so when we first formed the band, we were considering calling the band Torres, Flores, and Levy. So Torres, Flores, and Levy, because it was Mike Torres, Pat Flores, and Rick Levy. We're like, yeah, we'll be like the law firm of rock. Torres, Flores, and Levy. Rock and roll. What a great name. But yeah, we didn't go with that one, but it's always, it's always been a, it's always been a point of like awesome in our hearts. But so yeah, so I'll make that available. So I'm gonna put that out probably on the 30th or 31st, and I'll make that available. And so it's like 73 songs. Yeah. That was exactly what we were gonna do, Mr. Fish. It was gonna be Torres, Flores, and Levy's Attorneys at Law, and that was gonna be the name of the band. And then we're like, we need something a little sexier than that. But yeah. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, but the songs are this. Wait, what is? Flores was in. No. I mean, if you're asking, Pat played bass on. So Pat played bass on all of the first records. So You've Ruined Your Life. And he played bass on, I think, only Mean in Ordinary World. I think he only played Mean. Yeah, I think he only played Mean. Yes, he only played on Mean. But he wrote a lot of the parts on Ordinary World. He wrote a lot of the parts, but yeah, and they're great. I mean, here, hold on. Let me play a couple more songs, because they're fucking awesome. I mean, the thing is like, it's the same song. Oh, all right, hold on. Okay, do you guys want to hear? No, fuck it. I'm just gonna show you. I'm just gonna show you. It's fucking awesome. All right, so this is a song called the VK Torch song. This is fucking awesome. If your ears don't hear this song, then you're never gonna hear. But this song is fucking tits. I'm gonna turn this one up. I'm on bass right now.
Go away.
It's me singing.
Go away. Go away, cause I've already got some. Go away. Go away. Go away, cause I've already got some. Get the fuck away. Get the fuck away. Get the fuck away, cause I don't want any. And get the fuck away. Get the fuck away. Get the fuck away, cause I don't want any. And who's on the radio? The radio's gonna have a side of a young tune. The fucking show tunes. Who's on the radio? The radio's gonna have a side. I got my own tunes. The fucking show tunes. We like music that's better than yours. We make music that's got game gods. We make music and radio's gonna have a side of a young tunes. The fucking show tunes.
Wait. Pat is fucking genius. Dr. Moto. Go away, go away. Go away, cause I already got some. Go away, go away, go away, cause I already got some. Get the fuck away, get the fuck away, get the fuck away, cause I don't want any. And get the fuck away, get the fuck away, get the fuck away, cause I don't want any. And who's on the radio? The radio can go to hell, cause I got my own tunes. The fucking show tunes. Eyes on the radio can go to hell, cause I got my own tunes. Fucking show tunes. We make music and it's better than yours. We make music cause we're fucking gods. We make music cause it's better than yours. We make music cause we're fucking. Wait for it. Alright, wait, hold on. Alright, so this song was written by our drummer. This is 1996. This song was written by our drummer in 1996. I'm on drums now. I'm playing drums.
Oh yeah. Right. Rock this joint the old school way. Yeah, I heard that.
This is Rick. Oh yeah. Just me.
He needs you.
Wait for it.
So the monster's unholy mission is revealed. Not simply to destroy, not simply to hunt and eat, but to erase the
This is from the opening of
face of the earth and to make truly starving peace of every living thing. Peace, all slaves to a single hateful mind. All beyond imagining is there nothing that can stop it.
This- So that was that was the very end of that was me reading the Rusty the Big or the Big Guy and Rusty the Boy Robot comic that was done by Jeff Darrow and Frank Miller. Frank Miller wrote the words. Jeff Darrow did all the art, and I just opened it up at the very beginning and started reading. Oh my God! There's all 70. I want to. Oh, here. All right, hold on. Let me do this one. I want to play you guys another song. It's fucking awesome. This is so fucking awesome. This is all three of us all writing together. I'm on bass again. This is me on bass. Pat's on. Dr. Mo's on guitar. Rick's on drums. It's me on bass. All right. Wait for it. It gets better. It gets so much better. Wait for it. It's getting better. It's getting better. Hold on. Wait. It gets amazing. Oh, good boy. Oh. Here it comes. Hold on. Here it comes. Hold on, wait. 1 second. Wait. It changes. It's radical. This is amazing. It's coming up somewhere. Here we go. It's amazing. Slack motherfucker. She's an indie rocker. That's an Usher's Love reference. That was the first one. If we fail, that's paper reference. You got it. And you get it. I am Star Wars today. That's I am Star Wars today. These are all different band references. I am Star Wars today. Star Wars today. Star Wars today. I am Star Wars today. I am Star Wars today. Wait. I am Star Wars today. Wait. Holly wants a cracker. Why don't you like Dinosaur Jr.? That's the Descendants. I've got a friend named God. Sonic Youth. I am Star Wars today. I am Star Wars today. I am Star Wars today. Oh, you're a good boy. Oh, you're a good boy.
Richie Rocker. It's wonder if we fail. I don't try. You got it, and you can keep it. I am Star Wars today. I am Star Wars today. I am Star Wars today. And no one knows that
I'm New Wave.
You are? Why didn't you tell me? I thought you were my friend. And I am Star Wars today. I am Star Wars today. I am Star Wars today. And I am Star Wars and I am Star Wars and I am Star Wars today.
Anyway, so the fucking like every song on everything that we ever did was exactly like that. It is sheer chaos. It is sheer fun. We are literally just making each other laugh. It is the things that if you guys have read or listened to the Beastie Boys book, like the things that they're like, oh yeah, and we're just having fun and blah blah blah, nothing like, oh, but it's all like, yeah. This is that without any of the like, oh, it's all about the style, because they're like, there is a chapter in that book where they're like, well, you know, style's important and what you look like's important. Our shit is like, no, we just had a fucking fun time. We had so much fun. We literally made each other. We would take the 4-track. We would record something we knew would make the other person laugh and be like, here you go, man. Take a listen, record your part. And they'd be like, all right, I'm going to record my bah! And the idea was if you laughed, you had to keep it. So we're like, if you laughed when you heard whatever it was that you heard on the recording, you had to keep it. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay, bud. No eating chords. Yeah, it was awesome. Come on, someone who's never heard your music. Wait, hold on. Come here, Englishman married to an American. I like your stuff. When I was younger, I would have been on your shit. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Well. So that was ancient stuff. I would like to think, Mr. Fish, that I have stuff now like that. That was 25 years ago. You know. So I would like to think now I have music that works for everybody. Not all my stuff. I know not all my stuff, but if you are someone that perambulates around the world and runs across things that frustrate you, that vex you, that turn you on, I love this thing, but I don't have access to it. Anything where there are obstructions to the things that you love, I'm fairly certain I have a song that will resonate with you. If your life has been so blessed that you get everything that you want, fuck you. And also, I don't have music for you. But otherwise, I think that I do. And so if you're part of the royal family, yeah, then yeah. Hey man, what can I say? I don't write songs for the royal family, but everything else, yeah. I think I probably have 1 or 2 songs that will resonate. But I have hundreds and hundreds of songs, so it's up to you to sort through them and find out which ones do. Oh yeah. Thank you, Miss Moneybell. Hey, Richie Munster, how you doing, man? Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. What is this? Oh, Rooster. Yeah. Awesome. Hey, thank you. Hey, Springs fan, how you doing? Richie, how you doing, man? Thanks for bringing folks over, dude. Oh man. Yes. And he is. And Rich. All right, so you guys, Richie is actually amazing people. And if you don't follow Richie, like give him trust me, give him a follow. Check out his stuff. He's awesome people. There are those of us on the perimeter of the Twitch music world. Anyway, you were on the Mart when you met up with your old... Yes. All right, yeah. So let me just do a little Richie thing, and then we'll go back to the story I was telling. So I'm just telling stories tonight because I got drunk with my great, amazing musician friend. We're gonna make music all night together. We're gonna be drunk and make music, and then he went to bed. fucking asshole. But that's fine. It's allowed me to tell stories. But so Richie is a fucking like. There are those of us on the back half of the superstar Twitch community that are amazing, like just amazing people, good people, make music, awesome sweethearts that do their thing, and you know, and we're the working class real people, you know, and hold on, I'm not disparaging the people that do amazing. And because even so, the best Twitch musician is literally 1,000 light leagues away from the best. But there are real awesome people here doing music. Really good people making music, busting their hearts out, playing their hearts, busting their chops, and Richie Moonster is one of them. And so, yeah. So, yeah. And he can barely play with a CD player. And he's doing it. So yes, amen. And that's the thing is that like it all starts somewhere and it all restarts somewhere and then restart. At least from my perspective, it restarts and restarts and restarts and restarts and restarts. But that's awesome because Mike, I've been looking at your Patreon and we got to sort out a song for Bunny sometime. Oh yeah, no. So I do commissions, Mr. Fish. I do commissions. And the commissions are sliding scale. So, yeah. So if you're a millionaire, please be a millionaire. If you're a millionaire, if you've got like $3 or $4 million in the bank, I'll do it for like $30,000. If you're not a millionaire, I can do it for a couple $100. But please be a millionaire. Please be like money's no object. God damn it again. I'm just waiting to like at some point in time I'll run across a millionaire that'll be like, "Olé, money's no object," and I'll be like, "Well, you know, I need the dolphin. I need the dolphin swimming around while I write the song, and I need the not you know, yeah. All right, awesome. Yes, all right. Thank you, Richie. All right, Richie, I'll write you 100 songs, man. You. Oh, Jesus Christ. I knew it. Yeah. You and me both. I've had that object occasionally in my hand. It was in the 80s. It was awesome. Apparently they were worth more back then. That's strange. You would think that like something of value retains its value, but apparently no. Yes, Monopoly money does count in Monopoly. So if we can play, if you want to play Monopoly, it is, yeah. Oh, Coke. All right, that was very, yeah. That was. I'm not certain if you intended it to be the double entendre that you did, Richie, but that was very pointed to me as a former Coke addict. I was like, that's great. That's great. I know. Why are there not children in here? Come on, children. This is where you learn the life stuff. All right, guys. I have 40 minutes more of me being a. I know it does. Yeah. I know. Isn't that pretty much? It says confessions.
What the hell's the matter with you?
What the hell? All right, I'm gonna go grab another drink. Give me 1 second, guys. No, hold on, wait. All right. Hey, thank you, man. No, really, and on that front, thank you, brother. Yeah, that is, yeah. No, not number 6. It's drink 3. I think it's drink 3. It's vodka. It's this much vodka, and the rest water. I'm not trying to get. I mean, well, hold on. That's not so. Before I started this, Schmed. All right, so my buddy Schmed, who's with me, who's hanging out with me, he said he was like, Mike, it's Friday night. Get drunk with me. Let's get drunk and we'll play rock and roll all night long. And he is a guy that I have literally played rock and roll. He and I wrote this song. Hold on. Let me play you a song. This is an amazing song. He and I wrote this song at 5 a.m. In California, you can buy beer at 6. We were trying to write a song all night long, and we couldn't figure it out. No, hold on. No, you have to do this song. This is an amazing song. This is an amazing song. He and I were trying to write a song all night long. At 5 a.m, an hour before we were able to get booze, he plays the first chord. He goes, bum, and I go, she's a bad, bad woman. He goes, bum, she's a cold, hard creature. Those two lyrics just popped in my head, and we wrote this song in the hour before we could get beer. By 6 o'clock, we had the beer, and we were playing the song.
She's a bad, bad woman. She's a cold, hard creature. She's a bitter little pill that sure to make you ill. She's a triple X double feature. She's a bad, bad woman. And she knows how much I need her. She's a wicked little thing, and she's stroking all my strings. She's my triple X double feature. My woman's so fine, and I love her. Oh no, I can't let her go, but can't keep her. She's a bad, bad woman, and I try so hard to please her. But she won't satisfy, no matter all that I try. She's a triple X double feature.
Yeah, man. So that is a song we wrote. He and I. That was 2001. Hey, Retro Roadshow, how you doing, brother? Oh man, you missed my. What am I missing? There's something. The guitar. Oh, maybe it's the puppy. How you doing, Retro Roadshow, bro? Good to see you, man. But yeah, that song. No, my drink's right there. But that song was written. He and I literally wrote the entire song in an hour. No, yeah. I shrank him down. He was so huge, and so I shrank him down. Every breath you take, every lap you, every lap of your tongue, everything you lick, and your little soft dick, I'll be watching you. Yeah, this is Sue. This is literally Sue. This is Sue. Once he loses fur, this is him. There you go. No, this is him. This is Sue. You lose the fur. Oh, I know, buddy. I know. What a good puppy. All right, so what were we talking about? All right, so Retro Roadshow. So I'm very drunk. I've been very drunk. I've been hanging out with. So my buddy Schmed got me drunk about 3 hours ago. I've been maintaining my level of drunkenness as we. Oh, I know, buddy. Oh, you're a good boy. Yes, you are. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Sue was. Oh my, you guys, if you haven't heard the new mix. I'm posting on my Patreon tonight. You have to go check it out. It's fucking awesome. I mean, the mix is not amazing, but all the parts are amazing. The parts are amazing. The guitars, anyway, it's amazing. The new song is amazing. It's going to be amazing. And that's song number 2. The first song, I was like, have I lost it? Did I lose? Paper Cat. Oh. All right. You be well, man. I love you, brother. I really do, man. Without equivocating, without joking, I love you, man. So you sleep tight. I'll see you well, brother. Paper Cat's one of the best. You guys give Paper Cat 84 a follow. He doesn't stream that often, but he does stream, and he's an amazing musician. He's got an amazing voice. He's got an amazing voice, and he's a great player. Give him a follow. Even though he's like, I don't stream anymore. Give him a follow. Just click on his name, and then clicking on his name doesn't do much anymore. It used to, you could just follow him right there, which is bullshit because the fact that you can't. But just like click on his name, and then capture his name. And then go to... He streamed last Saturday. That's exactly right. Lenina, you never know. God damn it. Of course he streamed on last Saturday. Paper Cat, can you stream on a day that I pay attention to Twitch? Saturday is the only day where I'm like, yes, I don't have to... And he does have a great voice. Coffee Kid, God... You're exactly right. He's got a great voice. He's got an amazing voice. And his speaking voice, because he's from Spain, sounds like Ricardo Montalban. Wait, no, it sounds like this. Hold on. Wait.
Available even in fine Corinthian leather.
Sounds like that. That's his voice. That's exactly Paper Cat's voice. That's his voice. Thank you, Lenny. Oh, I love you guys. It's so crazy. It's so crazy how much I love you. All right, what are we doing? I've just been sitting here for a long time, chattering like an asshole. I love you, brother. You sleep well, man. Do sleep well. We'll see you soon. All right. Oh yeah. So I met up with my whole bandmates. All right. So I'm telling the story. I'm telling my rock and roll story. Not my film and TV story, because the film and TV story continues over this, but I'm telling the early days of my rock and roll story. So what happened was, so I was working in film and TV, and it wasn't really cutting it for me. And I was like, you know what? I used to have a lot of fun making music with my friends back in high school, or just past high school. Because during high school I was a piano player. I was writing songs, but I was writing songs on piano, and I wasn't singing them for anybody. Literally, like a month after high school, I was like, let's form a band, and we got together. And my friends, my bandmates, and I, for 6 months, we were a band before I moved to LA and started working at Universal. So, fast forward a few years, I reached out to the bandmates, and I'm like, hey guys, let's reform the band. I got the money. I rented a lockout. I bought a PA. I got the whole thing set up. Let's do it. And I wrote some songs. And I did. I wrote like 6 or 7 songs. They were terrible because I didn't know every open chord. I knew A. I knew C. I knew D. I knew G. I knew those chords. A, D, E, and G. Those are the 4 open chords I knew. And I didn't know anything else. That was all I knew. And I knew A minor. I knew A minor. And maybe E minor. Those are the chords. I knew 6 chords. Effectively, I knew 6 chords. But 6 chords is all you need. And really truthfully, I can tell you right now, I'm drunk right now, but I can tell you, those 6 chords is all you need. You could literally build a whole musical career off of those 6 chords. Even though a lot of those chords don't even fit within, they all fit within a key, but you can literally make a whole career off of those 6 chords. A, C, D, G, E, maybe A minor, maybe E minor. It's crazy. It is crazy. Here, let me show you. I know it sounds ridiculous. I've never played a guitar before. I don't know how to play guitar. All right, so these are the chords that most people learn when they first start learning to play the guitar. Let me show you. So here's A. Most people play it like this, but it's a real clunky way, and it loses like. Oh yeah, I know, of course. All right, so here's A. There's C, there's G, D, and E. That's about it. No, and bar chords. So power chords are different. Power chords are bar chords are a little bit different, but even so, bar chords and power chords, they're kind of tough to learn when you're first starting out, you know. So most people learn the C, and most people learn yeah. I actually wrote a song. I wrote a song in 1996, without knowing Green Day, using that exact same riff, and I was like, oh yeah, this is fucking amazing. And my friends were like, Mike, that's Green Day, and I'm like, Green who? And they're like, Mike, that's Green Day, and I'm like, but my song is better. Everything is made to decay, and nothing here is gonna remain, and I know that it's so. My soul is ragged and rent, and my innocence is all but spent, and I know that it's so. God is my. So anyway, so all I'm saying is like, yeah, there is no chord progression. There's nothing you can write chordally that is free and clear. There are 1,000 bands that came before you, and so once you're like able to acknowledge that, you recognize it's all about the melody and the lyrics. The melody alone is not enough. It has to be the lyrics. You can like, I'm dreaming of a. Here, in fact, let me do this. Watch. I'm dreaming of a day like that. Yeah. You can literally write, as long as you're. Well, actually, that's not so. There was just a ruling, a recent ruling, where I forget what's his. I don't think it was what's the guy's name? The shitty fuck. No, it's not shitty. He's not shitty. Mike. He's not shitty. He is just in my estimation, an okay songwriter that got dinged because he had chords and melody that were similar to a Marvin Gaye song. What was that he bid, but because he got dinged and because the court ruled against him, now it's a little bit more tough for people that, like me and people like you guys, when you start writing songs of your own, that's my objective, is to compel you over time to write your own songs. And when you're sitting down on the guitar and you're like, I only know C and I only know G, and I'll be like, that's fine. And you'll be like, but I only know 2 chords. I'm like, that's fine. I don't know what I am doing when I'm all around the way. When I'm going, I've been looking for a way. Well, those 2 chords are not good. You probably need a D. Anyway, all I'm saying is I'm pretty drunk right now. I'm fairly certain I can make this work with just the 2 chords, except for I'm very drunk. But your own personal, Michael, when you got the curly hair and the dog his face. Oh, wait, what? Yes, well, no, I'm not, but the thing is, all right, so that's the other thing. That's the other thing. Yes, gimmicks are awesome. Fuck gimmicks. It's got to be about the music or nothing else. And this is my, it's really funny because you guys know Random Girl Singing, Stephanie. So she and I are going to be talking over the next couple of days, talking about branding. And effectively my perspective on branding is, do your thing. Fuck everything else. Because there are a lot of fucking shitty fucking like, hey, we got a gimmick. And that gimmick lasts for 6 seconds. oh my God, this gimmick blew up. This is the squirrels singing blah, blah, blah. No. Do your thing. Make your music and do it with all your heart. And that is what translates. The thing is the reason why Cher continued on past I Got You, Babe, is because Cher was like, no, I'm bigger and more important than that. And so she just kept on keeping on. She kept on keeping on. And the thing is like, oh, yeah. Oh, yes, of course. But yeah, but it's. I do think it's still important. I'm very drunk, but I do think it's still an important message. The idea is like, yeah, like you know, yeah, you do your thing, you know, do your like. To keep like if your whole thing, like literally, if your whole thing is, I've been doing the bum 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 bum, and that's one of your songs, and then all of a sudden the next song is, ba-dum 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 bum 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 bum, and then your next song is, that's awesome, man. If your whole song is if your entire oeuvre is just the key of A and it's just the same thing, motherfucker, do it. But just do it well and pay attention and love with all your heart. And Curly, are you here, you motherfucker? Because it looks like Curly just hosted me. But if Curly just hosted me and he just hosted me and dropped out, I will find the guy. I know where he lives. He's in San Diego. I know where he lives. I will find him. I will hunt him down. And there he is. Oh, okay. All right, good, dude. I was about to hunt you down. I was about to go through your belly, and I was about to fucking start just gnawing on your belly button. I wasn't even gonna eat through it. I was gonna, with my tongue, I was gonna untie your belly button. I was gonna suck it out like a pimento olive. I was gonna suck it out like a pimento olive, and then I was gonna go through, and slowly but surely, I'd make my way in, really slowly, till I got to your intestines. I wouldn't first puncture your intestines. I would just clean them up. I would clean them off. I would make sure they were nice and clean. But I would also strew them out. Nice and straight. No fucking whining stuff. I know they're full of liquor, and that's why I'm all about this. I would line them up, and I would make sure, and then I would define, like, well, what's the best liquor? Like, I would squeeze out all of it, because intestines also have shit in them, and that's fucking noise. That's noise. So I would squeeze out the shit, remain like keep the alcohol, put in the straw, and there you go. That's all I'm saying, man. So thank God you didn't show up. Shit shots. Nothing but the shit shots. Nothing but the shit shots. All right, yeah, you do know, no, you don't know. Curly, I'm very, very drunk. I am very, very drunk, man. But I love you, brother. Oh, no, yeah, no worries. Oh, yeah. This is Rooster. Hey, Hiram, how you doing? Yeah, that's not a good drunk to play, because that's not a good game to play, drunk to play. That's not a good game or drunk to play, because you will be drunk in like a minute and a half. I know, look at this guy. He used to be a terrible dog. He used to chew this. He chewed this, and he chewed this, and he chewed. Hold on. He chewed this, and he chewed. Wait for it. He chewed this, but He's suddenly learned. He's finally learned that yes, I chew those. Hooray! Good boy. Okay. All right. I think, guys, it's 9:43. I've been streaming for 4.5 and 3 and no, well, yeah. So I've been going for Curly, you and I. We're gonna make out. You and me, man. Not making out with lips, but we're gonna make out with mostly penises. Well, whatever. We'll make out. No, but gay chicken. No, this is the chicken. Come here, chicken. This is Rooster. His name is Rooster. He's a chicken. Look at this chicken. Look at him. His name is Rooster. Isn't that right, chicken? Isn't that right? Oh, Rooster. Rooster? Yes. There he goes, Rooster. Oh, I love you, chicken. Hey, look at this chicken. He's got chicken legs. Look at this chicken leg. I got a chicken leg. That's why it's called chicken. All right, go, bud. No. Oh, no. He's like, you just, I know. All right, guys. I love you. I need to go. I need to get the fuck out of here. I need to eat some food first off. I had a bowl of, oh my God. All right, so hold on. Let me say this real quick before we go. All right, Richie, you be well, brother. Drink some water and have a couple ibuprofen. Oh yeah, no. I'm gonna eat a lot of food and drink a lot of water before. I've been drinking a lot of water all day. So, thank you. I love you too, Miss Bunny Bell. Dog says these things well. Yeah, amen, brother. Yeah, right. So Miss Bunny Bell and Mr. Fish, I'm touring in the summer. So I would love to, even if I can't sort out a tour connection along my tour route, I would love to either show up before or after. I did cross through Oklahoma on my way back. I went from Richmond to Nashville through Oklahoma back to Austin because I went through Dallas because I had to pick up a computer. So there's a lot there's a lot of opportunities for me to go through Oklahoma. So let me know where you're at and we'll sort it out. But I will be going through Oklahoma in August-ish. Yeah, I mean that would be. I don't want to play clubs unless I know I can draw enough people to justify the club. You know. I would prefer to play houses. I would prefer. I have played North Carolina. I've played Raleigh. I've played Charlotte. I've played what's the other one? What's the other big one? Charlotte, Raleigh. What's the other? Not. I mean, obviously DC, which is like North Carolina adjacent, but okay. Well, also, then where were you guys last? Where were you guys last summer when I toured? What's going on, man? Where were you? No, all right. Yes, all right, yeah, but yeah, we'll sort it out. Oh, Jared, I love you, brother, and I love Brooke. Hey, Brooke. And that's awesome. I know they were waiting for Song Kick. Yes, thank you, Coffee Kid. Thank you. Yeah, me too, Mr. Fish. Oh yeah, because you're actually from the UK. I was actually in the UK last summer, and I was hoping that Song Kick would let people know, and Song Kick didn't. Even though I have 20-something thousand people that are following me on Song Kick. And thank you, Coffee Kid, for pointing that out. You're a jerk. No, I love you, brother. All right. Yes, I know. Me too. I poop on Song Kick as well. No worries, brother. All right. Oh, does it? No, yeah, no. It didn't let anybody in New York know because it sent out 8 I have 4. Oh, sorry. So this is my thing with Songkick. I have 4,000 people tracking me in the New York area, and Songkick let me know. The Songkick said, like, when I was in Dallas, we sent out 380 reminders. Oh, that's great. In Seattle, we sent out 400 reminders. In New York, where I have 4,000 people tracking me, we sent out 8 reminders. 8 reminders? 4,000 people, 8 reminders? I was like, oh, that's got to be wrong. Nope, they sent out 8 reminders. and all 8 of them showed up. And Broke College Student and Jordan White and Curtis the Rock and Katie Lilac. And there were 4 others. I'm struggling right now, but yeah, they were the ones that showed up. It was awesome. In New York, the last time we played in New York, we sold out the Knitting Factory, the middle level, which was like 150, 200 people, but like we sold that out. Yeah. Anyway, all right, guys, I have to let my resentments go. No, and they did make up for everybody else. I was like, yes, because they were champions. They were the champions of showing up. All right, but I do have to go. I'm very drunk. I love you guys. Thank you so much. And Lenina, can you give Bluefront an extra huge hug for me? Because what a fucking champion, you know. We will not be defeated by the night. We will fight until we drag the sun up for another day. Curse you, stars, you cannot stop me. I wrote those lyrics. I don't remember what song that was. No. Yeah. Thank you, Lenina. Thank you. All right. I love you guys. If you guys don't know Retro Roadshow, oh, yes. Awesome, Lenina. That's great. All right. Well, great. Well, how long is he on vacation for? Is it over the weekend? It's just over the weekend, isn't it? But, Jared, thank you so much. Give all my love to Brooke and the family. And all you guys, Coffee Kid and Miss Bunny Bell, Mr. Fish, Curly, man, I love you guys with all my heart. So, awesome. All right, well, we will have some more fun. I'm very drunk right now, but we will have some more fun in the future. Like Schmed's here. He's amazing. He is absolutely amazing. Bobcat, who is me capo di tutti capo, captain of all captains. Thank you, Bobcat. I think this is like, you guys, like, Schmed's here. You have not yet seen what he and I can do together. You have not yet seen it. I know there's been little intimations of it. Just sit tight. It will be awesome. It will be, once he gets to know my stuff and I get to know, like, it will blow your mind. He is fucking amazing. In a way, there will be a point in time where you'll be like, oh my God, like, I see what you're talking about, Mike. If you've heard him playing his own songs, you might have had a little bit of intimation of it. But the thing is but it's not like, the songs he's been playing because I'm like, dude, play this song. He does not remember that song. He's like, all right, well, I don't know. And he's just making it up on the spot because he kind of remembers how it goes. So once he's back on point, yeah, I promise you, it'll be fucking mind-blowing. So stick around. If you don't, that's no worries. But the thing is like I know good people and they make great music, and Schmed is paramount amongst all of them. So I love you guys with all my heart. Yeah, with all my heart. And I will try to bring you amazing music. Amazing. So if you haven't paid attention to the new Patreon post, I haven't posted yet. I just bounced today. I bounced the thing I did today. I think it's awesome. It's not there yet, but it's amazing. I think it's amazing. It's super fun. I will post it. I'll post it just after this. I will be doing another one on Sunday, another one on Monday. So there should be 2 more songs. And yeah, I love you guys. Abiento. Legislator. Auf Wiedersehen. Yeah, no. Oh, there's not. Oh, Jesus Christ. No. All right. So then, who are we rating? Is Christy Cates streaming tonight? I hate rating her and then disappearing immediately. I hate it. But she is. All right. We're gonna do Christy. All right. All right. Can we? All right. Let's rate Christy. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, but I'm very drunk and I really need to pee. Wait, no, that's wrong. God, really? Oh no, I did it. Oh, I spelled it right. Great. All right, I love you guys so much. And she's doing Twitch things. All right, that's awesome. That's fine. I love you guys. Thank you so much. And and by the way, I will keep, if you guys want, I will keep turning on to the early Get Set Go days. Like, I'll turn you on to all the awesome music that no one knows about, because there's so much amazing music. And I will definitely check out. Definitely check out the Discord. Thank you so much, Miss Bunny Bell, and thank you so much for the earlier one. It was awesome. I love you guys. Adios. We need 3,000 megatons love. There we go. Thank you, Lenina. Oh, I can't. Apparently, I can't in that. All right. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I know. I'm working on it, Mr. Fish. All right, here we go. That's the raid call. I love you guys. Let's raid. Adios. Of course she is, because she's a fucking person that plays songs and fucking shitty covers that everybody knows. I know, Sue. I know that. Sing it too, bud. I know. What do I do? I don't know. Look at this little rug on the floor. Hey, little rug on the floor. Little rug on the floor. Get it. You guys, both of you staying with me tonight. You're both staying with me tonight. That's right, Rooster. You're gonna stay tonight. You're gonna stay tonight. Yes, you are. Oh, you're gonna stay tonight. Sue's gonna stay tonight. Yes, you are, buddy. Yes, you are, because you was out here. I'm happy. Dad, that's what he's doing. Get in, Rooster. Get in, Rooster. You guys get each other. Get in, Rooster. Get in, Rooster. Get in. Get in. Good boy. Good boy.
So that's what I mean. Be unique and have the hair you want to have. It's all good. A very long extended intro. It's the interpretive dance part, right? No idea. Why would you use an extended intro in a singing game? I don't know. Trawa, thank you for your resub. 4 months for Trawa the Wildfire. Thank you, Trawa. Appreciate it. It's so nice to have you here. Thank you, Fire for song done.
I walked along the avenue. I never thought I'd meet a boy like you. Meet a boy like you. With auburn hair and tawny eyes. The kind of eyes that hypnotize me through. Hypnotize me through. And I run so far away. I just run all night and day. I couldn't get away.
The Google hair.
A cloud appears above your head. A beam of light comes shining down on you. Shining down on you. The cloud is moving nearer still. Aurora Borealis comes in view. Aurora comes in view. And I run so far away. I just run all night and day. I couldn't get away.
More interpretive dance.
Reach out a hand to touch your face. You're slowly disappearing from my view. Peering from my view. Reach out a hand to try again. I'm floating in a beam of light with you. A beam of light with you. And I run so far away. I just run, I run all night and day. And I run so far away. I just run, I run all night and day.
Woo! Ah! Woohoo! Thank you guys. Oh, we've streamed 30 songs on Twitch Sings. Look at us. This song is a classic, for heaven's sake.